the impossible truth. He was not walking along the road. He was making it. The slow tread of his unwavering footsteps had carved an exact line around and around this world for ages I could not fathom. I fled from the unnatural road towards the mountains, but there I found something even more awful. Every Fremennik knows the legend of the Glaikors, those savage beings of ice brought forth by unholy sorcerers. What appeared on the horizon was a Glaikor of truly titanic size. I know now where I am. This is not the White Lands. This is the icy hell which some call Leng. As I write this account, I can see the massive Glaikor moving in the distance. It looms as tall as a mountain. Storms cling to its side, and a wicked and unholy light shines from within its core. I can see no hope, no survival in this place. But I can still find honor in battle and death. To be the first to slay such a beast, is it even possible? If this account lies unfinished, you will know that I failed.
He's got the best. He should do all their lore on audio download.
I agree. He's really good. Language, but uncredited.
Having minor problems with my connection.
Shadow Realm. In my research expeditions to the mainland, I have spent some time studying the sorcerers of the Empty Gods
Give it back to
Empire.
Raven, please.
Their so-called dark magics come in 5
There's nothing wrong with him, but after you hear Raven...
It's the school of shadow which most interests me, not least because of their misconceptions. I have read them describe it as a coterminous dimension, and although there is an element of truth to this, they quite fail to see the full picture. These sorcerers are adept to an extent and turn their power to inventive ends. They can summon forth shadow as a raw corrosive force, but they also use that same energy to reanimate the dead in both sapient and non-sapient forms. The most learned can even shadow walk, stepping into what they call the shadow realm to walk unseen. What they seem quite unaware of is that everything that they experience is but that tiny part of it which coils around Gielinor. The Shadow Realm may be a place, but it is not a part of any plane or world. It stretches from the very pit of this universe, below even the lowest planes, and reaches all the way to the highest, to Gielinor itself. Along the way, its tendrils reach out and touch many worlds, wrap around them, and those worlds too are said to have shadow realms. In these furthest planes, the shadow is merely a thin, invisible membrane that clings to the outside of the planets that it touches. It is possible to navigate the rivers of this interplanar network, but as one travels lower into the universe, the shadows become thicker and denser. What are rivers in the transcendent planes become great seas in the catalytic and elemental planes, surrounding the planets with a huge amorphous halo beyond the edge of normal sight. A shadow walker on these worlds could soar up into the sky beyond the atmosphere and out into planar space. Just as the abyss and void hold their own forms of life, so too does the shadow, and such beings can be found occasionally in these shadow seas, far from a world's surface. They are twisted and elusive creatures, more formless than definite. They are suffused utterly with shadow energy, composed, I believe, of the same matter as the sea they swim in. While within their realm, they are quite invisible from beyond it, and when brought forth into real space, they expire rapidly. Further down, in the lower planes, the stuff of shadow near fills the planar bubbles with its unseen presence. Shadow walking in those places, one finds oneself floating in a purple sea, the shadow realms of the planets merely dots in a limitless ocean. Beyond Freniske, at the utter end of the universe, are the true depths, where the realm grows thicker and darker still, such that even gods must turn back. In even this place, there is life of a sort. The shadow Leviathan, a great worm large enough to coil around worlds. It hunts through the dark, seeking any pinprick of light to devour. If it has a mind, it knows only hatred of the living. Plains not filled with the shadow cannot sustain its bulk, and so seem safe from its predations. What none can see, whose lives do not span the breadth of eons as ours do, is that the shadow realm is spreading. When first we were subjugated by the stone, the shadow barely reached the lower planes. With each millennium that passes, the planes gradually fill with it, until it spills out across the universe, covering more and more worlds. Having reached even Gillinor, I do not know what, if anything, can stop it from filling the universe entirely. Usually in our law talks, we like to round things off with a Q&A. We didn't want to spend several minutes passing the microphone around this enormous room, so we've pre-selected some questions. Do we have time for a Q&A?
Rigged.
Yeah, we've got a few. Shall I start?
Okay.
Okay. Any plans for the 6th Elder God?
Yes. We haven't forgotten about it, but as I said earlier, we're definitely not going to tell you what they are. Is the player human?
So we've discussed this. As far as we're concerned, the player comes from the human kingdoms. Which one is up to you to decide. And we will be treating the player as human. If for some roleplay reason you have another origin for your character, by all means keep it. But as far as we're concerned, yes, the player is human and they come from the human kingdoms.
What about being the World Guardian?
Well, the World Guardian's a title rather than a race.
So they're still human?
They're still human.
Fix the titles.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, here's a good one. Which is
Does that mean
canon?
the women chase us around because we're
RS3
men of power?
or old school?
Oh.
I see three
So,
different problems
We're,
here.
we're still developing this. But our answer to this question at the moment is they're different interpretations of the same story. So
No, they're not. One's a
events may
private
play
server
out
game.
slightly differently, but it's the same world.
Yep.
No, it's not.
So neither or both.
Both.
RS3 is true law. OSRS is alternate universe.
Nothing wrong with alt universe.
Is Obisuth male or female?
I think we answered this one last RuneFest. Obisuth is male.
They just like hearing it, I think.
I think they just like hearing it. Oh, here's a good one. Okay. Is Zaros planning to collect on the pacts made with the other gods at Endgame?
So,
Of course he will.
Zaros made a pact with each of Saradomin, Zamorak, and Armadale, I think.
Yeah.
And he agreed to do something for them in exchange for them doing something for him in Endgame. So now Endgame is over, Zaros doesn't owe... Sorry, they don't owe Zaros anything because the pact was strictly within Endgame. But what he agreed to do for them, he still needs to follow through on.
Yeah.
So we'll find out what happens with that in the future.
Yes.
Which mod is the biggest lore nerd?
Osborne.
Biggest lore nerd is probably Mod KOC. He's the one who comes
Yeah.
to us
Really?
and he goes, this thing here, but here there was a thing, and there was a different thing.
That
and
doesn't
then 7
surprise
years
me.
ago there was this, and here we go.
Oh, you didn't
Right.
think of that. Yeah,
KOC's
you're right.
pretty
So it's
technical.
him. Okay. What are the gods up to now that the stone is gone?
So the stone was just a means to an end, I think, for most of them. They only wanted it because it would help them to achieve their goals, whatever they were. Which I think for the most part is conquer Gillinor and rule over it. Maybe not Armadale, but Saradomin and Zamorak probably both want to do that. Are there Revenant Avianci?
There should be. There just aren't any currently for graphical reasons. But there's no reason there couldn't be Revenant Avianci. There just aren't because models.
You Slayer monster.
A
That'd be
boring
nice.
answer, but a fair one.
Feel free to write your Revenant Avianci fanfic.
Yep. Send it to him. Do Solus and Telos have souls?
No, since they're creations of the anima, they're essentially divine beings by definition.
And
All
of course
divine
meant
beings
Solac,
don't have
not
souls.
Solus, but yeah.
Mod Mark is working on the new game.
Can you tell us more about
Oh.
Karapak?
Wonder what
No.
it is.
Does that mean he's not going to be here
Well,
at all?
since they took all the combat people over there,
Any
I'd say
plans
it's
to
something to do with
revisit
combat.
Dimension of Disaster?
Yes, if it ever comes
Most
up.
games
We
have
went back there
something
for the
to
Halloween
do with
event a couple of
combat.
years ago. And I think we quite like it. We'd like to see what more of the world looks like.
Yeah, but
It's sort
every
of
mod they took
intrinsically a
over
joke,
were
so it
all
doesn't
the
suit
combat
serious
mods.
content, but
It's always fun to play.
I'm hoping
with,
it's RuneScape Dark
what
Souls.
is.
All right, let's pay
That's
attention to the lore.
what planet did the Dragonkin confront Jas on?
So we discussed this, and we're not entirely sure that question is correctly worded, because we didn't really have them on a planet.
Yeah.
I think our decision was that it was kind of either the abyss or possibly the emptiness of space. So whilst Jazz was kind of going, I'm making a world, isn't it pretty? What are you?
I want some concept art of that now. Maybe we can get that for next year.
We could. So yeah, it wasn't really on a planet. We think it's sort of more sort
In
of
space.
emptiness of space, yeah. I haven't got any more.
Oh, you're an
That's it.
I've got one more.
Oh.
Are there 2 sets of Elder Gods on Gillinol?
Oh, so this is to do with the eggs,
Eggs.
and to do with the actual Elder Gods themselves. So it's because we're weird and like that. It's not really true that there are 2 sets of Elder Gods. More likely what we have is 1 set of Elder Gods and 1 set of Elder Gods in Potentia, because once the Elder Gods are born, the previous ones will die. So it's not like there's 2 at the same time of the same Elder Gods. It's not like 2 Wens. It's 1 and 1 in Potentia, except of course from Jazz, who is just that one.
Yeah.
Because she gave up her
no baby
potential
Jazz
stone.
anymore.
Yeah.
Premature
I think
hatchings.
that's all we've got time for. Isn't it?
Oh
I think
boy.
that's it, yeah.
We now have to.
Okay.
Evans.
Every time.
No,
I
they've
do have
skipped
one
past
more
it.
slide. Oh, they've taken my last slide
It's
away.
fine. We had one more slide, but they've skipped it.
Can we have the slide back? No, we
No,
can't.
never
Nope.
mind.
Oh, okay.
So
Subverted.
We'll be over by the mining and smithing computers.
You can't do this to
Try
us.
the demo.
Possible.
No mining and smithing.
Yeah.
Move
a couple-
along. Nothing to
If you
see
didn't answer the
here.
questions, come and ask them, or post
Oh, there you
them
go.
Post them on Discord. Yes, there we go. Come talk to us on Discord, ask law questions, tweet us, ask law questions.
Yep.
We got about 150 or something on the Reddit thread, so I
Yes.
think we're going to have to try to work through some of those. and
We'll
answer
try
them.
to,
Although
but
quite
yeah.
a lot of them are, I'm sorry, we can't really tell you about that yet because that's upcoming content. Yeah. Do come and ask us. So you've been a fantastic
I do like
crowd.
that
Thank
they're
you for cheering.
not
Every time
releasing
we
as
decide to
much
say something
information.
funny.
Makes my life harder as a podcaster, but you know, I appreciate
but
I appreciate
Gives us-
less anger
gives
about
us-
stuff that doesn't get released. You
That's
know?
it. But it also gives us time to sort of contemplate and put our thoughts, what we think might be coming out, so we
Sure.
can always talk about those. Speaking of
Awesome.
talking, I have written the script for Moya, so I should record that tomorrow and get it out
Awesome.
to you.
Sweet.
Man.
That's
Good
all I was
stuff.
doing. That's why I was on the game today. I just spent hours doing that.
I am super excited about the fact that Elder Gods are going to get their time in 2019 rather. That's some good stuff.
Yeah, I think having that that year or two off after the end of Sliskay's Endgame was a sort of good break between it.
Yeah.
Still disappointed we're only getting 2 quests, but the 2 quests we're getting do sound really interesting.
Yeah. What did they say we were going to get? How many quests in 2018?
There's 2 more
6?
quests to come. There was the Needle. Yeah, they did say last year between 6 and 8.
6 and 8, and we're getting 4?
4.
So that's they were off by 2 for the minimum.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not
you know,
horrible.
as I said,
Like,
it's not hard. 4 quests, I think, that's what is it, 1 a quarter. So
yeah.
yeah, I prefer a little bit more than that, but 1 a quarter I can put up with. But what do you think about them saying about for that Elder God quest? Only 11% of people having done Sliskay's Endgame, so they want to open it up to everyone. I just don't agree to that myself. One of the best things that when I joined this game was, I want to get to that quest. So working through all those other quests, and that's how I developed my love of quests. Working through those quests, getting the storylines, and getting interested in that to the point. And I think, I really think they're taking that away from people by letting them just go straight to that last quest.
Yeah, that was a kind of a disappointment for me as well. I mean, this is this is the first quest in the series, and they did do this with Missing Presumed Death as well. So there is precedent for them to do this. Now, as long as this is the beginning of a long quest in the series, I'm kind of okay with them doing it because they did it again. They did it with the last quest in the beginning of a series, so I'm like, fine, whatever. Again, if there's like 3-4 more quests to come in the series, and there's going to be a big end game like there was with Sliske's end game, and there's going to be some epic reward at the end of that quest that, again, is going to have a very high-end, reward that's going to be locked with those high levels, big boss fight or something, big puzzle, something that's going to be hard, that's okay with me at least. But if, it's just this
XP dumps.
Yeah. But I do like seeing quests be accessible when there's lore involved, just to get your feet wet, just to get people into it. Go ahead, R-Man.
It's a conundrum, though, because it's sort of like that they want other people to get involved, but there's only 11% of people getting involved in the first place. Are they even going to try it?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
11% of people got involved with Sliske's endgame, right? And that's, I assume, because of the requirements involved to get up to Sliske's endgame. Whereas Missing Presumed Death is a novice quest, right? I'm sure tons of people did Missing Presumed Death.
True. Yeah.
So having those entry-level requirements gets more people involved in the lore.
Yeah, actually, I'm sort of thinking of it as a continuation of Sliske's endgame, so you do it that way. And technically it is, but I understand what you mean. It's the start of a whole new quest series, so therefore you start at novice, intermediate.
It's a spiritual continuation of Sliske's endgame. Yes, you are correct, and I agree with you. But at the same time, it is its own thing, and it deserves its own beginning.
You've changed my mind. I understand that more and sort of can accept it more now that you sort of put it that way.
Just a real quick check-in for anyone who's just coming to the stream now. We are in between blocks at the moment. Jagex is on the couch right now, just doing their little get-together check-ins. So we're just waiting for them to get to the next panel, which will be the Golden Gnome Awards. So we're just kind of chatting and talking about the last panel until then.
Just waiting for MageBit to get the podcast award.
yeah, which the coveted Invisible Podcaster Golden Gnome Award that doesn't exist yet, but maybe in 2020 that will exist. But yeah, we're waiting for the Golden Norms. Yeah, that's.
Now you're getting the Golden Dragon Manure Award.
Yeah, the Golden Dragon Manure Award. Anyway, yeah, we're waiting for the Golden Gnome Awards coming up. That's starting in about 10 minutes. So right now we're just talking about the last block, which was the lore block, which was very nice. We had story time with Mod Raven until they gave the book to Mod Jack, and then I woke up.
I mean, Mod Jack did not have a bad voice.
No, I'm joking.
But when you hear a Raven just do it, and just the inflections he puts in his voice while he's reading and such, it really makes it interesting and fun.
Thieves saying it made sense to do it with the world wakes, otherwise noobs wouldn't be able to train divination, but it doesn't make a ton of sense to do it again. What are your thoughts on, like, with Missing Presumed Death in that case? Oh, they're zooming in on the world map. I'm unmuted for a second.
Scrollable map.
What are they doing?
That's not new. People have done that before.
Yeah, that's not new. You're right. A scrollable world map is not new. I think they're showing off the mobile client.
They were just talking on. I
don't know what they're doing.
They're just talking about their new wiki too before.
Oh, okay. I was like, that. Yeah, you're right. That's not a new feature. Anyway, but yeah, I want to talk about the quest with the needle and everything, where that kind of harkened back a little bit for me to the idle adventure game that kind of flopped. It reminded, even the character in the quest, or at least the picture that they showed off, even reminded me of the female version of the character, should you have chosen the female character. It just reminded me of that choice. And the needle itself even retained its original properties from the game, so I wonder if maybe they really kind of wanted, or if that concept even existed pre-idle adventure, if they wanted the needle to be an elder god item the entire time.
I think the needle is actually named before idle adventures. They named a few of the different elder god artifacts years ago, and I do believe it was before idle adventures. Just to go back to that map thing that you're talking about there, it actually is a new feature. You've got a little thing up there where you can click run to whatever, and it'll show you. So if you're in the middle of the gnome maze, it'll show you the pathway all the way through it to get to your Neil and things like that. That's actually, it's a pathway plotter basically that's coming in.
Thank you very much, Thieves, for the 100 bits. Closest to an award we can give. I appreciate that. For this special edition stream for RuneFest, I have alerts off just because I want this video to go up to YouTube, commentation and everything, and podcast. But thank you very much for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. That's, listen, it's almost as good as a golden gnome. And honestly, it's worth more than a golden gnome. Stores will actually take that currency. And
it's not a big paperweight.
Anyway, so that it will also, to go back to the needle and this quest and whatnot, that they've been talking about that quest since last year, and I've been excited about it since last year. The live events team were talking about just the search functionality where you would search for a word. I believe that quest was Mod Osborne's baby and Mod Krista. Am I thinking? I believe it was Mod Krista who was working on it with Mod Osborne.
One of the female ones, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Mod Krista. And if I'm remembering it incorrectly, please correct me if you can. But yeah, I was super looking forward to that quest, and to finally see it in some sort of close to finished form is just getting me excited, and to know it's coming out soon, right? It's not the Christmas one, so it's got to be the
no, it's got to be the, I would hopefully say, they didn't put a release for behind the scenes for October, so I wouldn't even be surprised if we sort of see it in the next couple of weeks as the main October update.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like a sad, melancholy style quest, so that kind of fits the October motif. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that for October. It would be a little weird for November, and it definitely doesn't fit December. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. We should be hopefully seeing in the next 7 minutes the Golden Gnomes kicking off here. Go ahead, Fern.
Yeah. Just to let everyone know, the needle, it was used to pull apart the threads of time to restore anima to the world. It was previously held by Sally. Apparently, it is now broken, so we must be finding the broken parts and maybe we're trying to fuse them back together or something.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I have, ever since I heard of the needle from Idle Adventures, I was intrigued by the concept, and I was like, man, what a wasted cool idea on this shitty mobile game. So I'm really glad to see that it actually got put into a real video game. It's good stuff. Good on Jagex.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, so I'm going to unmute these fools and see what are they talking about.
So it's kind of been a year in the making, actually.
They've been making stuff?
Yeah, starting next week would make it a year.
Who is this kid?
The actual copying of the content over was not particularly
he looks like
the wiki. This is the wiki guy.
Oh, okay.
Getting the community on board, getting everyone just to know that this is a thing, that we're not on Wikia anymore, and it's actually going to be great.
I'm really glad that they moved away from Wikia.
That takes time.
Yeah, I'm actually very quickly getting used to the new format.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, is the important thing, right?
Yeah.
And the security improvements, just by being a part of Wiki as opposed to Wikia as well.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm so glad that Jagex is on board with this.
Yeah, it's just oh man, we're gonna have
How are you watching this? It's
I'll
toss a link in the chat for you.
I don't believe in drop rates.
Tell you what, scrap the map. Mobile no.
I know there was some concern about Jagex sort of being involved in it and sort of putting some money behind the new wiki, that it wouldn't be as independent as some people would like, but in all honesty, I don't see Jagex as that type of company. They love sort of fan involvement.
Oh, yeah.
Unless there's anything sort of outright wrong or that's dangerous and just not in the best interests of everyone, I don't see them sort of changing anything or saying, hey, you can't do that.
Just wait for the treasure hunter ads on every page.
Well, that's
hey,
if they want to put some treasure hunter stuff in there,
if it's like, hey, thanks for using the wiki. Here's an ad for 75 free keys when you buy 25 keys. I'm down.
That'll be awesome.
I logged in the other day. I'm waking up to how bad these treasure hunter deals are. Like, it was like, get 75 free keys when you buy 200 keys. And I'm like,
used to be get 2 for 1. Now they're
And I click on it. It says more info, so I click on it and I bring it up and I look at it. And I look at it, it's like save, it shows you the amount of money you're going to save. And it's like save $7. I'm like, $7? Fuck off. $7.
Uh,
You want me to spend You want me to spend like $50, and I'm gonna save $7? No, thank you. If you want me to spend $50, Jagex, you gotta like make me. You gotta save me like $20. All right.
You'd add some cream to that pudding.
Exactly. They're like, you spend $104, then you save like $14. Okay.
10%, yeah.
Yeah. No. If you want me to spend $100, I better be saving like 50.
Yeah, well, I remember when they used to do, buy 75 keys, get 75
These are
free,
virtual products.
Yeah.
It's like if I was buying a physical product that I was going to keep and use for like forever or until it like broke down. No, this is a consumable item that is gone forever once I use it. Like, have some rationality behind your purchase. Come on.
Yep.
Christ.
So when I buy a chocolate bar, I always wait for the 2-for-1 offers.
Exactly.
You go there. They got here like this week. They had 25% off. I said nope. I'm waiting for my 2-for-1.
Exactly. I don't have a problem with this is something I've pulled a complete 180 on Treasure Hunter. I don't have a problem with buying Treasure Hunter keys anymore. Now I have a problem with buying Treasure Hunter keys stupidly, like with just like not buying them when they're on sale.
On sale?
Yeah. Like, just don't buy them, like...
Which is basically why they do that, to get people into that mindset.
Yeah. Like, you should never buy them.
You think you're saving money.
Well, that's like, if you're not buying them when they're like half off, then you have a problem. Like, that's... You should always make sure you're saving at least like 50% to 100%. Because I said so. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I save 100%
on all my.
I'm just filling time. I am just filling time for the golden gnomes.
So no, that's back to these quests. The Christmas quest.
Yeah.
It is going to be a permanent quest as well, which is great. No Santa, no Snow Queen, no anything. It is
atheists have finally won.
Hey, I'm an atheist and I still love Santa.
Yeah, me too.
But I've always enjoyed the more traditional quest. But this with the Bigfoot sounds really, really good. Again, it sounded sort of like Will Ferrell's Elf, where the little girl's being brought up by the human girl being brought up by the Yetis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cute.
But a cute little story. Also, that new movie that's just coming out, Littlefoot, I think it's called, or Smallfoot, or something like that, where the Yetis have this sort of myth about hairless people with really small feet and such. That's coming to the cinemas for Christmas. So it sounds like a bit of a tribute to that.
I can think of some people who are losing their hair with really small hands.
When's the stream starting?
Sorry, I'm sorry. This is not the place for that. I just lost my Twitch viewer count. Literally just dropped by 5. I'm not kidding you. It was 16 and now it's 11.
I mean, I didn't understand it, but I just laughed for the.
That's all right. That's all right. It's an American.
Obviously, something offensive. I was going to say, obviously, something offensive in America.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm super looking forward to the winter quest. I'm actually really glad that they're doing a permanent like holiday style quest because like I think go for it.
No, so I think from now on, I think if they do quests for these events, that we should have them permanent content. If they're not going to sort of revisit them and bring them back in, what's the point of, especially with the assets that go into something on RS3? The old RS2, when they used to do it with low graphics and things, you didn't need to worry about it so much. But now, with how long it would take to develop it and to put it in the game for 2 weeks and then never see it again, I think it makes sense to sort of make these all sort of more permanent content now, even if they just roll them out sort of every year.
Sure.
It just makes a lot more sense to do it that way.
Especially when if it's in the land of snow, that's an instanced area. It's not taking up you're not adding to the overworld in the main area. So it's not like you have to keep burdening the overworld. If you keep adding, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go.
I'm just saying, if it's in this instance area, you don't have to keep burdening the overworld. That's all.
Yeah, no, I was to say when they with the quest shop, I bought the quest chest to store all the items, and I started I had in my bank. I've got a section where I keep all the old quest items because I hate destroying them. And I started, beautiful. So I'm going through destroying things. And I thought I better check to make sure they're going in. And yeah, a bunch of them are there, but my sled from that original quest was not there.
Nice.
And I was so disappointed. I have hung on to that. I did that quest back when the first year I started. It was one of the early quests I did. So, to have lost that after sort of 7 years, I was really pissed off that is the one item of all the questings that I had stored that was not.
You know what weird item I still have in my bank that I don't quite remember which holiday event it's from. Oh, there's a mega duck competition coming up. Oh, it's probably like at RuneFest. Never mind. I have these little Easter eggs in my bank that if you eat them, they turn you into lambs and sheep.
Yep. That was about 3 or 4 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago. Okay, so that's not too long ago.
I've still got a few of those left.
Yeah, I've been hanging on to those because I feel like in like 5-7 years or something, people are going to be like, "How are you a lamb?" And I'm going to be like, "Sit down, child, and I have a story for you."
I was hanging on to the 13 Easter eggs we got last year with all the Guthix lore in them. And I thought they really don't do anything. And with the farms coming out and such, I finally had to destroy them. I thought, really, if I need to read the lore again, because that's all they did. They gave you the lore drops. You couldn't wield them. You couldn't show them to anyone. So I can just read on the wiki for the lore. But my sled, I was really disappointed on that.
Yeah, that's sad. You'll probably never see that item again.
Yeah. Oh,
look at me.
Nice cape.
Oh, that is a nice cape. Yeah. Oh, you should have saw it animated. Did you not get to? Oh,
no. I was watching the WWE.
It'll be on YouTube. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll probably just flick through it.
That's actually he's number 20. He should win if you ask me. The cosplay competition. They're late, by the way, for the Golden Gnomes. So we're standing by waiting for the Golden Gnomes. So if you are also standing by waiting for the Golden Gnomes, we appreciate that and thank you. We'll continue babbling here, talking over the RuneFest coordinators. So if you're looking for them, you can also open up a multi-Twitch and feel free to mute between the two of us.
I was just going to say, I'm not really into cosplay unless it's like, the sexy anime cosplay where the really hot chicks dressed up and give me the robot anytime. I freaked DX out. He ran away after he heard that. Have we still got the sound clip of DX? I'm not a virgin.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've got that. That's on my Dropbox. That's never going away.
Yeah, no, I've got like a safety deposit box at a bank somewhere of just on like a USB stick of just
one of those iron drives.
Yeah, Look at that USB stick with that's encrypted. Yep,
a single file.
So, what do you think? So Golden Gnomes, we're all cheering for the RS guy.
I was gonna say, what do you think the not? Do you think the RS guy is going to win a Golden Gnome? How many Golden Gnomes is the RS guy going to win? Is the question. Now, go ahead.
I've got to be honest, I never ever look at the Golden Gnome categories or anything like that.
I know, now that I said that, if he's only in one Golden Gnome category, I'm going to feel horrible for saying that.
I was going to say, I wouldn't know what categories are up there. There's no best podcast for us to win, so...
I know, we'll just never win a... You know what? I mean, I'm a live streamer. I'm never going to be big enough because I don't play old school, and
Well, neither does Ryan.
That's true. I also don't boss.
Yeah.
Someday I'm going to get into bossing once
actually,
I'm 5.4 billion.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Once you were speaking of bossing, the ambassador being a corrupted dragonkin, basically. Nice twist. Did you like that?
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved the fact that they actually tied him right into the elite dungeoning system, sort of.
Yes.
That was a cool twist.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the Amanishi one was fine. Then we had the Dragonkin Laboratories.
My eyes kind of glazed over. Maybe you can help me with the whole Amanishi. ambassadors thing? Because my eyes kind of glazed over. All right, hold on one second. Well, they got the title.
Actually, hosting some of those.
Yeah,
They got the
to run away and host
thing up on the screen here.
I'm quite looking forward to Best Old School Streamer. I'm quite looking forward to Best Artistic Creation too, because we have a very creative community as well. And there's a couple of cosplay awards.
Are they still just filling time here?
Yeah.
On that.
All right.
Yeah. Well, basically, I think it's going to. I think you'll find it's all going to tie back to the end of Pieces of Hate. Just some of the little drops that they were giving us in there about the Crassians, about the water. With Seriu being sort of a water-based community, the way they worship and things like that. I will not be surprised at all, just from the little hints that they dropped, that it will tie back to the end of that.
That's interesting.
Sort of get everything.
I need to do Pieces of Hate still, and that is why.
Haven't you done that?
Why is Streamlabs in Russian? That's scary. All right, I'm gonna not log into Streamlabs at the moment.
Okay, Modmarks are doing the Golden Gnome, so I'll shut up now. We can continue that down the track.
Hello, RuneScapers. You good? Yeah? Excited for some gnomes? Yeah? Excellent. Well, welcome to the most prestigious part of our weekend, the Golden Gnome Awards. A celebration of everything we love about our amazing community and recognition for those that make invaluable contributions to make it so. But before we get into our first award, I just want to spend a quick moment to look back on how RuneScape, and in particular our community, has grown and evolved over the years into this amazing spectacle.
Hello? Hello? Is this thing working? Stupid orb. Why would they give me an Oculus if it doesn't even work? Ah,
Presley?
Here we go. Hello,
So weird hearing a
RuneFesters.
voice.
Is everyone having a good time?
It is.
It's fucking like Asterix or something.
all right. That's
That's
enough.
I think who Presley's
We're
based
gathered
on.
here today for something very important. The Golden Gnome Awards. They're like the Academy Awards, except way better.
No,
because
this just
one,
doesn't.
It's about RuneScape.
This is
and
doing my
two,
head in.
I know.
it's more rare than Oscars, so it's by
This
definition
doesn't suit.
superior. Winners? That means take care of your gnomes, alright? Not only does this event celebrate the huge amount of content and creations put forward by players, but also the diversity of content. Everything from fan art and live streams to crafts and videos.
It's like
It's also one
Fallout.
of the greatest opportunities
A
to
little
celebrate
bit.
the old school and RS3 communities as one cohesive whole.
Yeah, Fallout. No.
Good luck.
The animation's spot on.
We're all here for old school, and everyone knows that.
Yep.
How did you get in my Oculus?
Close the yearbook. RuneScape 3 is clearly the superior game, but you're
Shit's getting real.
Sorry, did
This
you
is
say
a bad
something?
idea.
I couldn't hear you over your obnoxious particles and oversized dragon pets.
Yeah.
You're upset because you cope with an outdated engine that's so bad, people keep trying to improve it.
Knock it off! At least for tonight, you knuckleheads will set aside your differences and appreciate the great wide world of Gilmore together.
Fine.
Sorry.
I better wrap this up before we experience any more interruptions. So remember, have fun,
Five,
keep escaping,
four,
and have a
three.
fantastic time celebrating the wonderful community at the Golden Gnome Awards.
Yeah, cringeworthy.
Oh, yeah, like I said, the animation was on point.
Well, thanks, Presley, for that fantastic bit of information. So let's crack on and get on with our first award. And to introduce the award
Thank you for the follow, Faker Hit,
Best
Faker
Old
Gret.
School Video Maker, please welcome to the stage, Mod Archie.
Didn't he get sacked?
I don't think sacked is the
No.
right word.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Hi guys. This award is such an honor for me to hand out. Some of you may know I made videos once upon a time, back in the unregistered Hypercam 2 days. Times have changed.
Salutes.
It's amazing to me the standard that has been set for this generation of content creators. It's amazing to me actually that this guy in specific has found time to go to the gym this year. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the winner of the Old School RuneScape Video Maker.
A friend.
Don't even.
It's like, oh, it's not Mage Bit. Mage Bit, you haven't been to the gym this year, eh?
My kitchen is my gym.
Welcome to Old School RuneScape Challenges, the series where me and Dave go head-to-head in RuneScape related
All I need
challenges.
is a floor and my arms.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm joking.
Yeah. WWE entrance music.
This is why I play RuneScape 3.
How about that? That's sniffing Ann, but she's in World 2.
Yeah, it's on the nose, certainly.
Oh, dude, this is a resident sleeper content. Get it good.
Hi, and welcome to my guide.
Mud Mike comes and punches the guy in the face. Yes, come on.
Cook's assistant. There are no quest, stats, or items required.
Oh, it's gone to the wrong guy.
No, I didn't make it.
I died! No! No!
Well, not really the fail part, just you will have to run all the way back. That is the most annoying part.
God fucking damn it!
If these are things of his videos,
seriously,
they must have terrible content makers over there, because that sounds terrible to me.
Oh my god, HPK had full justice here. Oh my god. No way, please, please, please. No f***ing way! No f***ing way, I did it! I f***ing did it!
Never heard of a mic condenser, apparently.
Okay, we're done, we're done. I can't
That's
get
not
back out
impressive
there.
at all. Not trying to be a dick, but that...
Bro! No way! No way I just got
It's
that
just
guy.
a different
Oh my
culture.
God.
That's all.
Box.
Dressing up as
Must
a battle
be.
mage. And the thing is, even if you have left click off, you have to
It's
manually
high
click on the
octane.
spell and then click on the NPC. The easiest skull trick I have ever seen in my life. Oh my days. This guy's risking bank. And I just smited him. Okay, that could be good loot. Here we go. Infinity boots, there we go. Occult necklace.
This reminds me of watching
what's in
Let's
this
Play
cave?
videos of the
Oh, it's
day
gonna
when
be
they
fun,
used to
yeah.
set their camera up in front of the monitor.
Yeah, this is legit just a dream come true. You know, to go from playing RuneScape in my bedroom as a kid, you know, getting up like as early as possible so my mum didn't hear me, you know, creaking down the stairs. Yeah, I had this vision. It just shows that if you have a passion for something, you can do anything. Like, I've really worked hard for this. So, thank you to all my supporters. Thanks to anyone who's ever helped me out. And yeah, thank you so much.
All right, you know, deserves a little clap there.
Well, that went very slickly, didn't it? Just as a reminder to the rest of the presenters, it's nominations first and then present the award, yeah? Yeah, just in case that wasn't painfully obvious already.
Yeah, I thought that was
fucked up. Next up, thanks, Mod Archie, for that. And well done, Torvesta. Well done.
You can dream it, you can do
Next up, we have the award for the best RuneScape video maker. And to present this award, please welcome Mod Timbo.
You do it properly, Timbo.
And trips over the mat.
Hello, everyone. RuneScape has a rich 17-year history of amazing video content created by the community, and 28 was no different. In recognition of that talent, I am privileged to be able to be here to present the award for Best RuneScape Video Maker. Let's take a look at all the amazing nominees. Archie. I don't know what these things are.
It's just like Archie.
Way.
Oh, should have gone now.
Oh my god, no way. We just got a Dragon Rider Lance, and that was like my third kill.
So obviously to get voted, we just have to swear a lot.
I mean, it's almost like the boss is actually so it's supposed to be kind of easy.
Soiling your
my
clothing also
God,
helps.
I actually died.
Hey, what's up, RuneFest? Reese here, and I got asked to make a highlight video for my Golden Gnome nomination. But the thing is, I don't have any highlights because, well, you know. But here, enjoy me screaming for a bit.
Yeah, you're right, see?
Wait, what is it? What is it?
Just enjoy me screaming for a bit.
Oh.
God, that was cringe.
We got a sight, boys! Yeah! And here's a throwback to
Here's
where
a
you might
video of me
actually remember
orgasming for 30 seconds.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to Darkscape, Episode 1.
What's up, guys? It's Ryan here. What's up, guys? It's
Yes.
Ryan here. What's up,
There
guys?
he
It's Ryan
is.
here. What's up, guys? It's Ryan here, and welcome to this video where we are going to be testing out the Blightbound crossbows.
I do love that. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
It's Ryan here every time.
Stop! Stop! What is this walk? Like literally, what is this? What the? Can somebody? I need an adult voice.
See, that's entertainment.
Okay.
That is. I watch
That's-
him because he is funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hi guys, my crew here. Oh my god, I actually got a die! I actually got a Barrows die on my Iron Man. Hey!
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Have you used meme?
I'm done. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
That's endearing. I like
Hi
that.
guys, Nubaru here. As if I got the pet. Like, I want money on this account. No! God, this is crazy though. It's amazing. How could you not like the Gobi backpack? Look at him. Look at his face.
That was funny.
That was
And
cute.
the winner is
That was really cute.
Makeroon.
Boo! Sorry, congratulations to the guy.
Yeah. Good job, Mikaru.
Actually, I think I have watched his videos, some of them.
Yeah, he's got good videos.
Yeah.
Hi guys, Mikeru here. I have no idea what to say to you all.
Except my name's pronounced Mikaru.
Yeah, that's yeah. I did find that funny too.
So thank you every single one of you that just tune in and watch my videos and stuff. I've put so much effort into like every single video and everything, so I'm so happy that it's paid off. Thank you very much.
Congrats to him.
Thanks very much, Montimbo, and congratulations. Well, we have an absolute mountain of golden gnomes to go through, so let's keep the awards coming. And please welcome to the stage to present the award for Best New Old School Video Maker, Mod Aiza.
There you go. I can't say it either. Don't worry. I tried to do it like 2 shows ago.
Jeez.
Big gnomes. Okay, where am I? There is a script and I'm trying to read off it.
Well, at least he's honest.
So, oh, there we go. Finally found it. So for any community to thrive, it needs to keep growing. And this year, we've seen the old school community grow in leaps and bounds. With that, there's come a wealth of new talented content creators that have produced some truly amazing content this year. So let's take a look at who's in the running for the
I'm just off to the
2018
loop.
Best New Old School Video Maker Award.
I managed to not eat.
I'm gonna get
and
this
play
Enlightened
RuneScape
Journey quest
for
done, and
most
then
of
I'm
the
gonna
day.
do also a Soul's Bane. That way I can get more battle staffs from the Viro Medium Diary. I got your balls for ya. I'm not really sure what kind of a cult is this, but damn, this is some weird shit they're doing here. Make my dreams come true, bro.
Ow.
Unfortunately, manually casting something like Ice Splits on a skeleton still allows you to cast Ice Splits on a skeleton.
We're kicking off this series with Pure Spam and I against Framed and Sea Engineer.
Meaning is
Thank you,
very
Molten
rarely
Gold.
objective, and in Stefan's most recent great works,
Yes, we did. Let's go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did change all my graphics.
What? I'm gonna pray too, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, he has that new armor. Oh my god! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! On vid. Was that a refreeze? It's not as well. Dude, Jesus Christ.
Keep swearing, eh, Pen?
Yeah.
My god, I actually just died from Max, dude. You're trolling. We just got skill specs for the lot. Oh my god, we got his AGS. 43 mil off skill specs. Good fight, dude.
One man, one arbitrary account.
Sorry, headphone users. Oh my god, no!
Through momentous triumphs and crushing defeats.
No!
has catalyzed a revolution, helping an entire community rise up and rediscover its passion for the game we love.
That was cute.
Did that guy? So this is a guy playing an account where he only does like dungeons.
I guess so.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. I'd watch that actually.
Yeah.
So, Ditterbitter isn't actually here today. Unfortunately, couldn't make it. So I'm just going to keep the gnome for myself.
He's in a
Sorry
dungeon.
about that, mate. But
Yeah, he's stuck in a dungeon.
As a little acceptance.
Send him a rope.
So I'll leave you with that.
So at the time of recording this, I don't actually know whether I've won the Golden Gnome yet or not, because I'm not actually at the event. But in the case that I have, I just want to say thank you to everyone who voted for me. I'm sorry I couldn't actually be there to pick it up myself and say hello to all you guys and say hello to some of the J-mods. But in the case that I have, thank you to everyone who voted for me. Thank you to the J-mods who had to make that really tough decision deciding between the four of us, because I know it couldn't have been an easy decision at all. Some of those people have some really good content, and it was definitely a tough decision. Making YouTube videos for the past year or so has been extremely fun for me, and one of the reasons that is because I'm in such a good community. The old school RuneScape community is like really great, so it makes it so much easier for me to just get motivated and make videos. A lot of all the content creators are really friendly with each other, which, you know, always motivates me, that we always support each other and stuff like that. And hopefully this gnome is a sign of better things to come for my channel, and hopefully I can go further from this.
Video
so
confuses
thank you
me.
guys for voting for me. Thank you for choosing me. And yeah.
Did he know he was going to win, or did he not know?
No, he said at the start, I don't know if I've won or not, but I'm making
But
this
then
just in case.
half the time in the video, it seemed like he knew.
Award for Best New RuneScape Video Maker. Please
You
welcome
just
to the
assumed.
stage Mod Porky.
I got real confused by his pants for a second. He's wearing a onesie.
I'm here
Okay.
to present the best new RS video maker. This year has been some truly amazing talent emerge in the RS free community, producing some incredible content.
Maybe you
that
should
was
have
all worth of
practiced
recognition.
reading it before you come out.
However, we've had to whittle it down to these fantastic contenders. Let's take a look.
Back again, guys, with another ice die, the second one actually, and this one is quite special for the bossing series, the first bossing pet. I just can't get any dice from. Oh my god, an ice die? Like really? An ice die? Let's go to Vindicta now, and we got another lance, of course. Something in this one. Yes, a soul ornament kit. Oh my god, a shadow die. Really? Those elite glue scrolls, I love them to bits.
Hey guys,
What?
hey guys, hey guys, hey guys.
Was that a
hey
video?
Guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys.
Welcome to a new video.
So yeah, this is the loot. Let me just
Oh,
take
I get
this
what they're
out
doing
inventory.
here.
Oh, crap. Can we not go any
They're
faster?
just saying he makes a lot
Yeah,
of
fly
videos,
over water,
basically.
you would.
Yeah.
What is this guy doing? This really works, by the way, because you can just surprise your enemies just like
Could
that.
have thought
and
of
then
a
you
better
die again.
catchphrase.
What is that?
Yeah.
Is that a fucking pet?
He's going to win, he swore.
What's up, YouTube? It's Ravlar here, and welcome
Nah.
back to another video.
Ravlar's
so today,
got it.
we're going to be reviewing Mutated Barge. Today, I have a guide on how to get every
He's got a
single
perfectly
animal
balanced
from
name.
player-owned farms. Epic,
Ravlar.
Elite Dungeons,
It's nice to
and
say.
a full solo guide, RuneScape tips and tricks for the month of September. The second episode of Knock Set from Scratch on an Iron Man. A Dovidas style video, a loop from 10 hours of Rise of the Six.
Used to love those, watching those from
Hey
scratch
guys,
videos.
Taki here.
I was going to do one of those, but everyone does them.
Yeah, it's a bit overdone, eh?
Yeah. I thought that'd be really fun to do, and I thought, yeah, but everyone does it.
You'd have to think of a really unique idea.
Yeah. I did start with my arachnophobia series, where I was going to try and get all the.
And the winner is Revlar.
Yeah, you were right, mate. Well done.
Psychic.
Where is he? There? Is he there? Oh, no, it's empty seats. Oh, awkward.
He's gone. He's going to run out of the toilet.
Come on, to take a leak.
He did an RR, man.
Keep clapping. He might show up. There he is.
Firstly, just thank you for everyone who supported me. It really means a lot. I'm very humbled to be here.
And honestly, the RS community, whether you're OSRS or RS3, is just fantastic. And I'm honored to be a part of it. And this is just the beginning.
Mate, your
so
jiu-jitsu
watch
got
this
yourself
space.
banned
Thank
from
you very much.
OSRS. You said something nice about RS3. you're gone. You're ostracized.
Next up, we've got the incredibly important Old School Video of the Year award. And to present it, we need an equally important JMod to do so. However, sadly, we ended up with Mod Kieran.
Dong Ching.
Twitch still doesn't have a feature to fast forward a live stream, eh?
Are you trying to go into the future?
Hey guys, how you doing? Only the very best video content can ever be considered to win Old School Best Video of the Year, let alone have a chance to take the title. Fierce competition has made the task this year hugely challenging for the panel, but we've managed to get down to our final nominees. Let's see who's in the running.
Hello, my name is Kem Q, and I'm on a mission to get the lowest combat level fire cape in existence. My current route for achieving that is getting 75 hit points. This process was always exploratory, with every intention of achieving the fire cape at 19 combat. I knew there would be obstacles that I may not be able to overcome. That's what this series is, an exploration, an attempt to achieve something seemingly impossible. Show me that green splat, please. Yes! Oh my god.
Two enemies will go face to face in the most highly anticipated challenge of all time.
Off the keyboard. Oh my god, I just died. The cat just killed me. That is not funny.
Look at DVS. DVS looks like a broken f***ing man, woman.
Representing me, we've got C Engineer. Give him a hey ho.
And on to the right. It can't happen.
God! Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2. One.
Thank you, George.
Ho, ho. Oh my goodness, look at this dude. Yes, we've got a noob, and we're going to take him to a boss of sorts. Oh, he's on it. Oh, dude, I hit him 14. Here we are. There he is. Get him. Wait, yeah. Oh, no, don't get on there. No. No. Easy peasy. Oh, 9. Noob. No. Mr. Noob, no.
And the winner is Old School's Biggest Challenge by Tanzo and Vitoso.
Biggest challenge, playing a game with poor graphics.
We just want to say a big thank you to everyone who has voted for us, and obviously all the lads down here that got involved in episode 100 and made it possible.
Lads down there.
It's cringy, but we couldn't have got it without you, so
Yeah,
thank you very much.
I'll be hunting you all down later to buy you all a beer, or dare I say it, David? Shots. Hello.
God, that's so cringe.
Cheers.
Right, let's move on. What's next? Our next award is recognizing the video of the year for RuneScape, and for this illustrious task, we have enlisted the help of Mod Shed.
Mod Shed. I like that name. Well, he's not the size of a shed anyway.
Everyone having a good RuneFest? Well, you're awake, it's good.
With 17 years of content creation history
I
in the
am
RuneScape
awake.
community, we're still amazed at the diversity and originality of the content produced on a daily basis. This award is dedicated to all those of you who work tirelessly to entertain the community and through, I messed it up, through their content. But the gnome can only go to one creator. Here are this year's nominees.
Ryan.
I'd be real surprised if they didn't win.
I watch them sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's good.
They've won before, though, haven't they?
I think so. Because I think that's where I learned from him last time.
I swear I'm destined for other games like Nintendo Wii, Tetris, Farmville, and Club Penguin.
Club Penguin shut down like a year ago.
Oh,
Thank you for the sub, by the way, Emeralds and Green. Appreciate it.
God. Don't know, I still can't stand this guy. I don't know why.
What was that? I see.
These logs are a nice status symbol to showcase your effort and dedication towards killing a variety of bosses in RuneScape. My favorite element of these logs and bossing in general are the nice boss pets that you can receive as drops.
I'm not sure, but he was the one I was watching for the
showcase your current KC
Elite Dungeon 2.
Guys,
I think it was him.
This is my Sunlight guide, and in this
I'll look
guide
into
I
it.
cover every single phase. Spells like Ricochet, Corruption Blast or Shot, Dragon Breath, Chain, all of those AoE abilities are very useful here as they will hit the other leg and help out your teammate. I want to include my reaction to the first kill as I find it quite funny. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes! We did it. We got it.
Yeah, Tucky Mucky, that's the one that I put up there.
And the
He
winner
was
is
really good.
The Completionist Heist by Will Miss It.
We'll miss it. Has been nice to us in the past. Mod Shed, sneaky new alias. I like that.
That deserves an LMOA.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Hello everyone, my name is Mumphy and I'm here in Will's place to accept the Golden Gnome as Will missed it tonight. Congratulations to Will and everyone in the production of the Completionist Heist. Will is very thankful for the award and wants everyone...
Oh, 100 followers, mate.
I want to
Viewers.
thank everyone.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Oh.
You want to know why? Jagus decided to stream on a stupid channel.
A part of such a great community. Remember that all of you matter. Even you Norwegians out there.
Oh, I
Have a great week,
understand.
everyone.
Yeah,
Why,
aren't
what
on
are
the
they doing?
RuneScape? Why aren't they on the RuneScape? Are they not on the RuneScape channel?
Because they have old school RuneScape and RuneScape at the same event, they decided to stream on a neutral channel.
Thanks, Shed, and
Oh,
bravo
that-
to you for stepping up and
That's
accepting
stupid.
that reward.
That
I know
ticks
how
me off,
nervous you were,
because that
so
means they have
well
two
done,
channels,
but
so they
it's
could
very
be doing
brave
both
to do that.
stages.
Well, they could have also just multi-streamed.
They could have just, yeah.
They could have done a lot of
Award
things.
Number
Let's
7.
focus here.
Number 7.
But 100 viewers.
Time flies when you're awarding gnomes. And to award the best old school streamer gnome, please welcome back Mod Aiza.
Yes,
He
we were
got it
probably
that
that,
time.
wasn't he?
They only have so many J-mods. Come on, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm back again, and Mod Mark nicely pointed
Love
out
that
I
hair.
meant to leave a segue before, you know, I announce who's doing the next award, because that's his role, not mine. My apologies. So, for the best
Yeah,
old school
half the
streamer,
mods are back at HQ trying to work out how to get the
gaming
titles
content
working again.
is, at the moment, it's just having its golden age, rising in popularity to rival most TV stations, and old school RuneScape is absolutely thriving within the platform. Old school streamers, they've had great fun with our content this year. including Theatre of Blood, Dragon Slayer 2, and of course some pretty damn epic Deadman tournaments. They've all been able to produce amazing shows with grueling schedules, so this award celebrates the fantastic year that they've had. So let's take a look at the nominations.
Yeah, I'm tearing up, man. I gotta get this off screen, dude. That's love right there, dude. I just lost my hardcore status.
You didn't even die in a cool way. It didn't even look heroic or anything.
How many sigils have I had in 1.5k kill count? Good question, man. 0. Still trying, brother. We're not letting that stop us.
Yes! Mother f***ing yes! I was here! We're done!
Alright, now, who's that guy, Zuhar or whatever? You tell him stay the f*** away from my pet.
Is it good?
This one is good. This one is...
Cheers, mate. 10 minutes without saying mate, innit, or swearing. Mate. No, I'm pretty sure
Oh, they're playing copyrighted music, banned, muted.
Okay, we're gonna play a game chat. I'm gonna tell you instantly. Oh my god, no way! Are you freaking s***ing me?
Bodhi does not need another
I should be able
golden
to get
gnome.
back in time. Dude, what are the freaking odds of that? Why does that happen? That does not...
There's a go.
Right, what does everybody get?
7 mahogany seeds, 374 coal, and 34 catentine.
31 vials of blood.
I got a cabbage! Are you kidding me?
Bodhi got a cabbage!
I got a cabbage!
I got 31 vials of blood.
We've got MMORPG.
Oh my... No! Oh my gosh!
It's a bunch of pixels, mate.
Yes, dudes.
The last time I got that excited over pixels, I think I was like 14.
Oh, yeah. Listen, Anonymous.
And the winner of Best Old School RuneScape Streamer is MMORPGRS.
We will not forget.
I just love that is your name on RSB&D.
Me too.
Was he the one who creamed himself over the sigil?
Is this even a gnome anymore?
Yes.
It's freaking huge.
Oh.
All right, guys, we're going for the humble speech. So,
I think.
I'd like to start off by saying thank you to everyone who's tuned in to make this possible. To me, this award just allows me to represent the old school community for the year. Doesn't necessarily make the best old school streamer, but this allows me to just showcase.
Looks like he's gonna put that somewhere.
So, big shout out to the MMORPCC. I know a lot of you guys are here today. Big shout out to MMO Chat, and of course the Twitch viewers at home. Keep putting smiley faces, couple pog champs. Love you all, guys. Thank you all so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. MageBit, when you log on, you are #1 on the list.
On what list? Oh, on RuneScape's list? What are we talking about?
Right,
on Twitch.
Next up,
you're #1 on
we've got the
RuneScape.
award
Oh, sweet.
for the
Yeah,
best
that's awesome.
RuneScape
That's a
streamer,
first.
and that's
Probably
gonna be
never going to
presented
happen
by
again. Take a
Mod
picture.
JD.
Yeah, I took a picture. It's in,
Yeah,
it's in general.
That's how I knew
Say
it was
that.
there.
Got to be very careful with this. Thousands of us every week are entertained by content, live streamed by
So close,
all
eh?
kinds of talented
I
RuneScape
know,
live
I'm
streamers.
just watching.
They've spent a lot of time and effort to hone their craft and ensure that those thousands of hours you guys watch every week are time well spent. RuneScape saw a really good year with streaming, actually. So with the launch of Solak in May, over 6 million minutes of content were watched over the 2 days over launch, and a lot of that was as a result of some amazing streamers. So without further ado, it's time to announce those brilliant streamers who have entertained you over the last 12 months. The nominees are...
Run for it! It's a gazebo! What? I got a gazebo! I can't even get it.
She hasn't been on for ages, Miss Little, so I actually follow her.
I don't know her.
She's an Aussie. But
Is she?
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I gave her a follow. But I haven't seen her stream in months.
Well, then hopefully she doesn't win.
I'm gonna summon a demon for a die.
She's playing a lot of other games, but she hasn't done
Come on, give me a
RuneScape.
die before the demon comes.
Jeez, I would say in 3 or 4 months at least.
Well, if she does win, hopefully she starts playing RuneScape
I was
again.
gonna sack. Oh
She
my
goes
God!
there every year.
Why does he hit me 3K like that? What is that? Oh, I got the pet. Wait, I got both? I got both. Oh my God, I got both of the pets, dude. What?
I think Couchy is like one of the best additions to the RS3 community. I like Couchy a lot. I like his company. And
Do you watch this guy's stuff, Major?
He's like
Couchy?
If you guys have
This
not,
guy
I
sounds
usually
familiar.
don't like advertise others, but I think Couchy's like.
I watch
probably
Couchy
one of the
live
best
on
in
Twitch
the
occasionally when new stuff, new PVM stuff comes out.
I didn't really look up to anybody, man. I was basically the best when I started, so there was really no need to have a role model.
7, 6.
Yes.
Let's go!
There he is.
Yeah, I love watching him get excited. And he doesn't swear or
I
carry
know.
on like
That
that.
was awful.
He just, he's always a nice guy.
This could be good or it could be
The
really, really
RS guy.
bad. Watch, someone's gonna get the pet too.
I love how he laughs when he gets killed.
I just got the pet!
I know.
I just got the BM pet from Death's office!
I want that like brain chemistry.
Yes.
Yes!
Yes! Oh, well done. On you, Ryan.
Good on you, mate. You wear that suit. You don't need no tie.
That's my boy right there.
That is.
A lot of people, didn't think I'd be able to be here, and I just
those
I
guys.
just want to say thank you so much to everybody. Jagex had a hand in this, all the other fantastic creators who, let me be a part of their streams and collaborate with them. I want to thank everyone who's tuned into a video, tuned into a stream, left me a nice comment. I've seen every single one of you guys, and you've had an absolutely massive impact on my life. I still can't even believe I'm here. I'm so thankful and so blessed to be able to create content for RS3, and I think there's some big things coming. So thank you so much, everybody.
Well done, Ryan.
Man, he's put a lot of work into the past few years.
He has, yeah. He's really built it up, and that is
Right,
well deserved.
Looks like we're about halfway through now, but we're going to rack it on nice and quick.
I knew there was no way he was
every
going to the
year,
UK
so,
unless he
let's
was
get
getting a golden
Molten
gnome.
Rock up to present the next one. Let's do it.
This will be you next year, Pern.
Me? I doubt it. I don't swear enough.
Wasn't me. So,
And you're not enough of a nice guy.
Yeah, well, that's That's no. Yeah, you got to be either really, really nice like Ryan.
Yeah.
Or just a complete arsehole and swear a lot. So I don't do either.
Unfortunately, you're right down the middle.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm an arsehole who doesn't swear.
To continue owning their craft. So let's look at the nominees for the best new old school streamer.
But it was. Oh, okay.
Wears a t-shirt with a suit. It's tech life, baby.
Let's go, Scythe! Rapier! 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 2 kill count Rapier!
This means nothing to me. I'm so confused.
There it is, on the song? Alright, ready? Here we go. Send it.
The blazer is half the battle. Did he just drink out of a shoe? This is why millennials can't make it.
No, I would say he's an Aussie
I reckon
because
we'll kill
Daniel
him wherever he
Ricciardo,
is, 'cause
who
Yes.
races for Formula One for Aussies, when he won his first one, drunk out of his shoe, and it's something he does every time now.
Oh, okay.
So I would assume the guy is Aussie. He's done that.
Good night.
I say this as somebody who's, I think, part of the millennial generation. Maybe.
You think?
I don't know. It's confusing. I was born in '88. I don't know what I fit into.
Jeez, you're only 2 years older than me.
Yes, got him. Oh my god, that was beautiful. We don't call me the best tank.
We just won't tell anyone I was born in 1970, will we?
Yeah.
Actually, I was legal when Mage was born.
Quests to do? There sure are. What did I just alked my f***ing clue scroll, dude.
Hey man, it happens.
Man.
Don't come to RS3.
Oh
We do that for
my
fun
God.
here.
Are you f***ing serious? What is going on with my RNG? Oh, yes!
All these
Now
people
this-
using that
No!
bloody OSRS buddy.
I know.
No way!
Savages.
Oh my god!
Bro, my ears.
Oh my god!
Yeah, no. How can this guy win?
Your voice is almost as loud as your shirt.
And the
Jesus.
winner is Perp.
I love the cameraman. He's like, where is this guy?
He's like,
every time.
You feel
Someone
bad
give
for
me a
him.
hand.
Searching for target. Target acquired.
This is surprisingly heavy. A couple of these will be
Drop
looking like Torvesta.
Right?
Whoa.
I don't.
Thank you so much.
It's
Honestly,
just stay
everyone,
calm.
this is
It's a
ridiculous.
video game.
Like, for me, it's ridiculous as a new streamer to get something like
Love
this.
the way he's holding it.
Like currently,
I know.
I still work like.
Everyone holds it like
honestly,
that.
Mate,
It's like a
thank-
rifle.
You're a great streamer as well. Abyss, Saphiro, all of you guys. Honestly,
Or a
and
baby.
everyone at home, all my viewers. I'd like to shout out to Elliot, Ron, Jake, all the guys along the,
How would
the
you
way
hold
that
it?
helped me become who I am. And most
Like
of all,
that.
J-Mods.
You're gonna hold it by
Like
its.
a sheep.
Thank you so
By a sheep.
You're gonna hold it by its. You're gonna hold it by the cone, by the cone of its
I'd hold
hat, like it's a
by its
blunt
face.
weapon.
Excellent.
Cradle
And
that
onwards
shit.
To the best new RuneScape streamer, please welcome Mod Mohawk.
Oh yeah. Kenobi.
Oh, watch the Twitch channel go nuts.
Ding 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 ding.
Grill.
Grill.
Who wants to- Yeah, put that shit up on eBay.
Streamers showcase the very best of our community and strive to create the most creative and engaging content from across the world of Gillinor. This award
Where's
is
the
in
Mohawk,
recognition of the
though?
streamers that have emerged
Just
in
saying.
2018, not only for their craft, but also
False
their love of
advertising.
RuneScape.
Well,
The nominees for best
maybe
new
it's
honest streamer
not
are-
the.
Non-season.
No, I won't go there.
Mage bit with no pern, but Mage has a Mohawk, or he did at one point.
I still do.
No, I was.
Just
Yeah,
be-
I got you, Pam. We're gonna move on.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Good.
Yep.
Roger that.
Roger will go over and out, moving along.
Yeah, I caught what you were putting down.
And I already put it down. Moving along.
Exactly.
So who is this person?
I don't know.
Very nice.
Spider-Man.
Spider Smash. Spider Mash?
Spider-Mash?
Ah. He'll win.
Yep.
No.
Is that a guy or a girl?
You said it. I was thinking it.
Shit, I didn't hit that. What the f? Get him out this fucking
Okay,
thing.
it's a guy.
Wait, stack up. You can't really
Interesting.
try against him. You probably could, but it's so delayed.
Give it to the Aussie.
No, Aussies don't win anything.
Sit down. Sit down, mate.
Holy f***ing pog! Dude! Oh my god, dude.
Nah.
Oh, this guy's pretty strong.
What? Are you actually kidding me?
Sahel is the best, yeah.
So many.
Stun,
I mean,
stun, stun.
I say so many RuneScape streamers I've never seen before, but I don't seek them out, so it's kind of my fault.
Aussie, as they say. Wow.
Yeah, press me, mate. Solo it.
And the winner is Swazi.
Got about another 9 minutes of Golden Gnomes. I wonder if they're going to run late because they were late.
When I started streaming, I never expected to be here accepting an award. This is unbelievable.
RuneScape, thank you very much.
Everyone that's tuned in
Move on.
the past year. It's been great meeting you all, and I'm looking forward to meeting many more. Thank you.
Wow. Pern, you psychicked him.
Right, so we'll move on from the video categories now. Congratulations to the winners there.
Podcast!
So let's move on to Best Artistic Creation. So that requires the assistance of the rather enigmatic Mod Raven.
Hello, just trying not to smash this thing on the floor.
Ooh, that is ceramic.
Stay.
You can taste it, eh?
I can hear
Bringing
that.
the world of RuneScape to life is what RuneFest is all about. So there's no better place to celebrate some of the amazing creations that our players have produced this year. From digital artwork to real-life sculptures, our community continues to amaze us with their incredible creations. Let's take a look at the nominees that deserve the recognition this year.
Lies for RS3 is coming up in a bit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I saw this on Reddit being
Wow.
made. That's real stainless steel. Okay.
Well, why even bother? Really?
There's chocolate inside that gnome. I wonder if there was chocolate inside that Bandos.
What the
Sorry, what?
It's surreal. I
Those
like
last two are just ridiculous. I thought this was art.
Hey, you don't get to decide what's art.
Yeah, we did have a guy get a $25,000 rant vomiting milk here.
$300K cash as well. Oh my.
I just sat down, but yes, it's painted. And you're in it. This is actually you.
Oh wow.
Right here.
Yeah, I don't know what these last two were, but this is pretty epic.
Oh, that's cool. Is that
A
felt?
couple of us decided we were going to get together and do a streamer dream
That is
team.
also
Basically,
pretty
a bunch of
sweet.
people from
That
Twitch
is, yep.
all decided we were going to get together and basically do a big joint PK trip as a team. I believe it was like me, Amenity, Barnes, Cho Jungle, Ditterbitter, Graphist, Ian Spam, Skill Specs was there. That was pretty cool. Space
that
Needle
watercolor?
Was there too. We also had, I think, Andre was
Or is
there.
that airbrush?
Shooter was
Is that
there,
airbrush? I can't
Mika,
tell.
Manx. We had the whole squad. Super fun. One of the most entertaining and purely.
I love the
Connection lost.
Well, I hope it's not one of those in-game ones.
And winner is Vicky Linked with her Ceradome in
Yeah, that sword. I
Yeah.
mean, that looked awesome.
You could kill
That
somebody
took a
with
lot
that
of work.
legitimately.
Yeah. Oh, she's bought it with her too.
I'm surprised they let her fly with that.
I don't know. I think it's horribly unbalanced.
And it's got healing powers. It's Ceradome. Not only you could take a few bullets with that thing still.
As long as you can charge a special attack.
Yeah, you gotta.
Nominating me and for winning this.
That regens over time.
Two things to say.
True.
To say hi to Andy, who's watching his live stream, and ooh, guys, ooh!
It obviously means something.
Staying with the category of art, it's time to honor the best artist of 2018. So please welcome to the stage, Mod West.
The winner is Picasso.
So the gnome for Best Artist
isn't just a celebration of the artist and their creation, but also their dedication to everything RuneScape. Let's see all the nominees.
Was it pretty impressive?
Yeah, gorgeous art.
Hmm.
Oh, these are the tarot
Looks
cards that have been.
Oh wow.
I want to buy these if they ever release them as a set.
Legends art's always awesome. That just looks like he's taking screenshots.
He makes those models, Glaysite.
Okay.
And he's made those, you can hardly tell Glaysite's work from the in-game stuff sometimes.
And the winner is... Zuha!
The cartoon guy at the start. Okay. Interesting. I love those tarot cards. I suppose they can't keep giving it to Legends Art every year, can they?
Yeah, right.
It's like turning into the Oscars, they just can't give it to the same person over and over again.
Yeah. Tom Hanks will never win it again.
Well, I weren't really expecting to win. I feel like it's undeserved because everyone else is better than me.
Yep,
But,
I'd agree, but hey,
I'd just
well
like
done.
to say thank you, Reddit, for being sick pervs. That's it.
How about that?
And my days too, because my days are
How about that haircut, Fern? What do you think of that one?
That's it.
Not as bad as that. Speaking of haircuts, John Cena's new haircut. Guy looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Google that quick for you.
On to the final stretch of the Golden Gnomes now, with only 3 left. However, the next award is a special award that's been voted by you guys here at RuneFest.
Congratulations,
To reveal
mate.
the winner, please welcome Mod Rich, Mod Luna, and Mod Teasecut.
Mod what?
Mod Teasecut.
Yeah.
It's an interesting name.
He's a new mod.
This year, we really wanted to put
Oh, they look good.
the spotlight on our cosplayers. They've been brilliant. We wanted to give them so much more than a parade. So we brought them up here on stage, and we launched a live poll so everyone here could vote.
These mods actually look quite good, don't they?
And the results are in, you'll all be glad to know. So, the first one that we're going to award is the RuneFest voted winner of Best Cosplay 2018, and it is...
X's favourite.
He's Morvran, isn't he?
Golden Light as cousin.
Someone else should clap.
That's what he looks like before I clap. Fire Cape dude, yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
That's some major dedication to some LEDs right there.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
You can see the LED strips in the back. That's like...
That's it. Yeah.
There's like...
That is
Oh,
awesome.
so many
That's
strips.
a lot of work.
Wow, that is fantastic. I just want to give a big shout out to the RuneScape cosplay
This guy's
community
on fire.
Facebook. You guys are awesome. All the other cosplayers that are here, you really did an
That's
amazing
really
job.
good
And I'm so proud that
I do
you
like
guys
the
have
Morvran.
voted for me, so thank you so much.
Yeah, me too.
This is amazing.
Oh yeah, the Morven was awesome too. There were so many good costumes.
But he was a mod, so he couldn't enter it, could he?
Yeah, no, he can't enter.
Congratulations, Golden Light.
What the
There's
hell
one
is
more
that?
Cosplay gnome to go.
It's a furry.
It's our choice.
Well, there's a
for
few-
the most creative
few of them.
cosplay.
So this year, a true example of creativity in cosplay really stood out to us, turning one of RuneScape's most famous beasts into human form. So our winner for the most creative cosplay 2018 is...
Lecky as King Black Dragon.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
Oh.
Oh, the build-up, man. Oh, I see. It's like a head on each shoulder or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting, okay, but it doesn't really look like the King Black Dragon.
Heavy artistic interpretation, but still really cool.
Thank you guys.
Didn't know King Black Dragon won suspenders, though.
I put a lot of hours into this, and I'm super proud that that has happened. Thank you so much.
That's cool, though. I understand.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good interpretation, but yeah.
That'd be some sick armor in
Congratulations
game.
to all our cosplayers that we've had here today. It's been a really high standard of costumes, so please give a round of applause for everyone who made the effort. And with that, we head on to our final award. Now, this award is very special. It's our Community Champion Award. And this year, we are honouring someone who, for years, has been a member of the community, working for the community. As an admin on the RuneFest chat Facebook group, and probably one of the most active contributors, our champion constantly shares advice, news, and knowledge, welcomes newbies, and unites a passionate group of players.
Welcome me.
Our champion has also invested so much time and effort in supporting one of our favourite gaming charities, Special Effect, with activities including
we read
the
his email the
RuneFest
other day.
charity picnic. Our champion has taken on and made things happen when we couldn't. And for all of that, our community champion of 2018 is Tracy Roshaw Wise.
The camera guy finally figured out where the person was.
It's good to see you dressed up for the occasion.
Well done.
I can imagine Mage being winning the award, just walking up in his pajamas and a t-shirt.
If I had a cape like that, I'd put it on every morning.
How many RuneFests down the line now? Since 2010, we've been working as a community. And it is one community, no matter whether you play RS or RS3. Thank you to everyone who's contributed to everything that we've done over the years. I have no idea else to say. It's just thank you, and I appreciate it.
Well done.
Half an hour, by the way, Mage.
And that is
really?
it.
Yep.
Thank you very much for coming along, and enjoy the rest of RuneFest. Thank you very much.
Once again, congratulations to Ryan, the RS guy, for
Super.
getting his award there.
Twitch drops are still happening, but I believe you claim your item from Diango, right? Thank you for the
Yeah,
follow.
just go down and see Diango or Iango, or sorry, Ianto in Prifdnis. Then they will give you your horn.
Yeah, and it has its own little like resting animation, or where you will be drinking out of it. Like
you become an alcoholic.
Yeah, it's got a resting alcoholic animation, which is super fun.
The bong comes next year, right?
Hopefully. Well, I guess I think the UK needs to legalize it first, right? No code. As long as your Twitch account is linked to your RuneScape
Every
account,
year,
you're good
never
to go.
fail to deliver.
It's honestly like my favourite time of the event because just watching like the amount of talent that's on stage is just amazing to see.
This is the first time that we've ever done it a little bit earlier.
All right, we'll pause as they stop.
Sorry?
We're now in the in between times, as they're called here, so we can pretty much do as we please.
Yes.
So follow random noob 21.
What do we think of it
Appreciate
all the different winners?
Well, I mean, as far as video makers go and whatnot, I have I don't have an overwhelming stake in them mostly. I mainly go to YouTube for guides, like that's my main stake in RuneScape 3 content creators is like when I need help. I mainly, as far as like entertainment goes, is like that's what the game is for me,
Yeah,
I get my entertainment out of the game. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Well, Taki Maki was up there, and he was a guy I actually only found on, I think it was Thursday when I started doing the Dragonkin Laboratories, and I just wanted to see how just the basic mechanics of the bosses, so I sort of knew what to look for. I sort of was flicking through a couple of different ones, and they're getting very convoluted, and I went to his one, and it was nice, simple, straight to the point, really well done. So I was sort of disappointed he didn't win because, I thought, and as I said, I've only watched one of his, and I thought it was really, really good. But, it was good. It was, as we said, great to see Ryan get one. He has been, he's been on the podcast a few times in years gone by, and a really nice guy, great to watch. He has been getting streamed or sort of hosted a lot on the RuneScape official website too. Or the RuneScape official channel too.
I'm super happy to see the progress that he's made over the past couple of years with seeing RuneScape, and then the progress that he's made with RuneScape, and the progress that he's made with Twitch. And now seeing him on stage at the Golden Gnomes, it's just been awesome. Super awesome.
Especially for someone who works so hard for college, doing all his college and such as well. Sort of doesn't really cut back on that work. I also want to throw out a congratulations to MageBit, for those of you who don't know, actually got the #1 position for RuneScape streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, thanks, Jagex,
for doing
the weirdest thing you've ever done in the world as far as streaming goes, and streaming on your corporate channel that you never do ever, and just leaving basically both of your regular streaming channels wide open. And thanks to any of the other streamers for just leaving it wide open as well for little old me to just scoop up the broadcast. So cool. I will. Yeah.
That's it. But to get you to the #1 position, we have got a screenshot of it. It's something that no one can ever take away from you.
Yeah, I will treasure...
You didn't get a golden norm, but you got it. You didn't get I said the golden norm that time.
Now two co-hosts have done it, yep.
Gnome the Gnome. But yeah,
it's almost as impressive as Invention launch day when we were live streaming on YouTube, and we had, I think we ended up with like 350 people live, because that was back when YouTube, no one live streamed on YouTube back then. We were like the only YouTube live streamer streaming RuneScape at all. It was funny. I'm MageBit right here. Pernasius, go ahead, say your voice.
That is me. I'm the Aussie guy, and the sheep fiddler is the R.
R-Man speaks.
Yes. The Kiwi, I am here, yeah. And for anyone new that is listening, this is a podcast, first and foremost, so check it out on any of your podcast apps.
Yeah,
we do a show every week, most weeks.
Thank you for the follow, Sandy Bill, as well. Yes, we do a podcast every Friday. It's available on any of your podcast aggregators, be it iTunes, Podbean, Grover, whatever you use, like literally anything. Extreme Podcast 720, whatever. I don't know. Literally any podcast app, Stitcher. I'm just trying to name anything I can think of.
Podcast One.
It's there. Yeah, it's in them.
Yep.
I've done it all. Made sure it's available. YouTube, and we broadcast it on Twitch as well. So it's there. If you want to check it out online, it's runescape.today. Thank you for the follow as well.
Yep. And if you hate reading the patch notes, there's always that's on the channel as well as in podcast format.
Yep, we put the patch notes on the podcast as well. So if you don't want to read through the patch notes, you could listen to them as well. Great for morning commutes and stuff like that. So you can put it on your phone. You can put it on any device you'd like. So RuneScape.today. You can put it in your web browser as well. RuneScape.video is our YouTube channel. RuneScape.chat is our Discord channel. You toss that into your web browser, it will redirect you to our Discord link. Don't toss it into Discord. We're not Discord partnered yet. We're not fancy enough. But if enough of you join, we'll get Discord partnered, and then we can get a better Discord link. Even though RuneScape.chat is pretty cool, but I pay like $50 a year for that. So I'd like to not. What else we got? Anyway, coming up next on the agenda here is technically a RuneScape Weekly mini podcast, but we have a lot of people watching right now, and I am streaming in the RuneScape 3 category, so we can do a RuneScape 3 mini podcast and discuss basically what's been going on so far, but because we have such a large audience, I will give you all a decision. I'll throw a straw poll into chat, or we can just let chat talk and decide. Do we want to see what's been going on for the past 5 years in old school RuneScape? Do we have a predominant old school following here? I don't know. Please let me know if you're interested in seeing that. If you're not, then we can just talk RuneScape 3. We can go see what's going on Reddit. Are they freaking out? What's going on the forums, Twitter? We can go see what the buzz is all about, what's been going on for the past few hours. Otherwise, we can also see what's going on the main stage and just keep going. So you let us know. You can take control of the show for the next hour. There's almost 130 of you, so please let us know. We're still in break time here. I would assume that they will be going over to the next stage fairly shortly, within the next probably 7 minutes or so. They ran a little bit late getting the Golden Gnome started, so they're about 15 minutes behind schedule. So just let everyone know. Everyone's confused right now. That doesn't surprise me. They're running behind schedule, so I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see the next panel start until about 11:30, maybe even 11:15 at the latest, which it's already coming up on. So we might not see 11:25 to 11:30. This is RuneScape 3. Yes, we are in the RuneScape 3 category, so I have no problem doing a RuneScape 3. Coverage over the old school RuneScape panel. That was my original plan, and I'd like to stick to it. I will open up.
We're open to whatever people want to do.
I am open to. I did not expect such a large audience. I literally expected maybe
none of us did.
I expected 15 to 20 people to be here.
Just while you are getting that up, I just want to sort of read a tweet that did come from Mod Shawnee a few days ago about these titles that are still disabled in game. It says, with this cold fix, we'll be temporarily disabling all titles across RuneScape. This, unfortunately, is due to an emerging issue relating to player customizations, where under very specific circumstances, a player's appearance could become corrupted, leading to their accounts being unplayable. This could also potentially cause unexpected and disruptive behavior to other players' clients around them, so we are taking this precautionary measure until it can be safely addressed. This, of course, isn't ideal, as we know how much you love to show off your titles, but it is something we deem necessary to fix. As a note, any titles unlocked will still be unlocked once we re-enable the title system. We can only apologise for this inconvenience caused, and we'll communicate any updates as time goes on.
Yeah, that was an interesting bug. I actually saw some conversations happening on Reddit about that, where people were seeing people who were level 0 accounts with invisible character models, and
cool.
when they traded with them, the other player would get a trade message, and they would trade back to them, and it would crash their client. And when they would try to log back in, it would not let them log back in. It basically corrupted their game state, and they had to have Jagex basically fix it, I believe, or something along those lines. So they had to basically disable the entire title system, unfortunately, which is, a real shame. But hopefully they'll see it. I thought it was because they were just turning off titles so they could quickly sell some of those titles at the charity auction. That was my best guess. Because I was all ready to whip out my trust fund and be like, "Can I buy MageBit the podcaster, please?"
That'd actually be a good one for you, wouldn't it?
I'd love that.
I'd just like Panasius the arsehole.
I don't think you can have that one, but that'll be awesome. Maybe if you had the arsehole, they'd probably let you have that.
He deserves it. I don't know if he'll get it.
He does. Yeah. I'm with you on that one. The Twitch promo is over. Yes, that is correct. Let's see here. I'm looking through the new threads on Reddit real quick just to see what's going on here and seeing if there's anything interesting people are posting, mainly in response to RuneFest, but nothing overly interesting here. No moderation on Twitch chat is a mistake. Well, I would agree with that. If you are here just to say ignore chat, please move on. I would agree. You can't just ignore Twitch chat. Well, seems like weird RuneFest this year. This is definitely a different RuneFest this year. Ultra BK. They went with a new venue. They're not really revealing anything at all this year. Like nothing new. As far it's just winter stuff, right? It's what's coming out this winter. Basically, we already know what's coming out this winter for the most part, right? It's basically we're gonna see more of the mining and smithing beta. They're probably going to announce the
mobile beta.
Yeah, the OSR. Oh my god! I'm sorry, I was looking at the schedule and I said OSRS.
Okay, Major's out of this podcast.
Yeah, I quit. Parnassius is now the host. They're probably going to announce the RuneScape 3 open mobile beta for Android and hopefully iOS. iOS might be pushed back until like December or January, but I think Android is a definite within the next month or two. I'm really hoping it's October, but if not October, it's going to be November, or I think we're going to have to start sending some strongly worded letters to Reddit if they haven't already been sent. That's a joke, obviously, but you know what I mean. If they don't say something about RS3 Open Mobile Beta coming out within the next 60 days, I think that's going to be a huge misstep on their behalf because it has already been delayed, 16 months at this point?
Yeah, I was going to say close on 2 years.
Yeah. Again, if you're just filing in right now, the next block is slightly delayed. It is the 5-year block. We will be talking over it anyway. So if you're interested in old school RuneScape, you want to head over to the Jagex channel. Until then, we will be rejoining the main stage when they go over to the winter reveals, though. So stay tuned for that, which will be coming on at the top of the next hour, which will be right here on MageBit. So anyway, back over to our podcast. Go ahead, Pern.
Yeah, and I've just been going onto the official forums, just floating around there, and I've found one that's entitled "Mandatory Compensation" by Codebreaker, who says, "Yesterday, I saw a message that the game servers will be shut down to resolve an in-game issue. Additionally, titles would also be disabled, the issue for which would be a chat box or title related, I guess. The shutdown wasn't as long as I feared. It was approximately 5 or 10 minutes, so that wasn't too bad. Plus, we had a warning not to do anything dangerous, so I thank Jagex for their professionalism regarding that. But I did not expect titles to be disabled for 1 whole day. As of now, there are many people crying about title bugs since they missed out on the warning yesterday. This is frustrating. In all my other games, companies that muck up like this usually compensate players. Hell, Jagex once compensated players who were innocently banned by a rogue bot. Watch with 10 keys per account after manually unbanning every wrongly banned account. I expect the same here. It is mandatory to refund every player who has temporarily lost his or her title 10 keys as compensation." So just losing a
Alrighty.
title is as bad in his mind as having your account banned for a few days while they had
Wow.
to check it all out. I mean, really, are
Titles
people
are that
really
important
that
to you?
entitled? Yeah, are you really that entitled that you lose a little title?
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
That actually, it was a good play on words, but it wasn't.
I
actually
know.
meant, but
I know.
yeah.
You know, innocent puns are actually the best kind of puns. Fantastic.
So, yeah. So, what does everyone think about that? Would you, do you like to demand 10 keys from Jagex for that?
I mean, if they're just giving away keys, hand them over. But I'm not going to demand them.
Exactly. I mean, it's a little title that sits down in the bottom, and it doesn't even show up in your clan chats or anything like that. Your title. So does it really matter if if it stops your game from crashing or stops anyone from disrupting your thing by trying to trade you, and you lose your whole client crashes and is corrupted?
Trider says, I didn't even notice my title was missing. I have a 4-second clip here that says Mod Raven has cursed us all. I just want to play it. I literally don't know what Mod Raven's about to say here, but I just want to hear it.
Led that summoning ritual. On the lovely previous picture, the guy in the middle going, no.
It's just Mod Raven. He shows the picture of the ambassador, and Mod Raven goes, I like it. He just curses the whole audience. Oh, the Oddman store. Yeah, they upgraded the Oddman store and then didn't tell anybody about it, right? Like, they said in the document that they were going to upgrade the Oddman store sometime later in the week, right? And then everyone
Well, they said it was on the update, so...
Yeah. And they said sometime in the week, yeah. And then it happened on, like, Friday, I think?
Oh, there it is.
And it's
All the
updated
Death
now.
Lotus stuff.
Yeah,
Very
so now
nice.
there's Deathbeard and Death Lotus now. So
they've
so now if you missed the Deathbeard event or the Death Lotus event, now is your chance to get access to those.
You know
two.
what is funny about that though?
What? You have
they
them both.
actually removed the old ones.
Yes, they did.
So they didn't give anyone warning. Hey, we're updating it, but we're going to take the old ones out. I am going to be looking for the screaming on Reddit about that. I was saving all my oddments. Now I want this one because you've taken it off. Now I want it. You watch.
Thank you for the follow, Victories ours. Seriously though, like that is what happens with rare items when they get refreshed. They literally said it. They didn't say we were adding to the shop. They said we were refreshing the shop. You got to be careful. You got to read between the lines.
That's it. That is funny though. But that's good because the Death Lotus, I think I only unlocked the blue and the red there, so I can now get the black and all the Lotus Psi overrides as well. Well, I got some glaives there. There's a meditation rest. Actually, the meditation rest
that's the only
looks like
thing
it is
I
actually a
bought.
token.
It's not. It's
isn't
not.
it?
I purchased it. It's not. It's an automatic unlock, and it's not super impressive. Like it's just you sitting on your knees with your eyes closed. But it's nice to
dragons.
It's nice
that
to
dragon
have, though.
stuff over it looks nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy all of the stuff.
So am I now.
Once I get
You
there.
know what really annoys me now though?
What?
I bought all those because they hadn't upgraded it. I bought the Silverhawk down, and now they go and release that. Deathbeard, I had everything unlocked already from that event, but yeah.
But I don't have any of the Death Lotus stuff.
Well, the Death Lotus was one.
That was a card, wasn't it?
That was the card, yeah. So I think I did the first and second run of it, but I didn't have enough time to get the third run of it done, which is where you got the black belt one.
Yeah.
So I got the white, the blue, and the red. I never got the last one, so I'll be able to get that.
If it was a punch card event, I was just not into them back then.
Yeah, I love those.
Now that they've rebranded them as like Rune Pass, I'm all about it.
Yes. I want to discuss that. They told us, give us a month or so and we'll give you the results of Rune Pass and such, but we never heard anything more about it.
I know.
Do you think that they've just decided, listen, there was too much carry on by our perpetually outraged players, or did they...
It's not out of the realm of possibility that there was just too much negativity around the idea, but they're still being actively used in a lot of other games, mainly Battle Royale games, and that may be where the negative stigma comes from. I don't really know any other MMORPGs that really use Battle Passes, but chat, correct me if you know any or can think of any, because I don't really play any other MMORPGs. So if anyone else plays any MMORPGs out there that use a Battle Pass style system successfully, let me know. I quite enjoyed the way RuneScape did it. I thought they were very generous in their rewards. And again, someone was asking me the other day, how do I get a legendary pet? And, I was like, basically you buy one in Solomon's store for rune coins, and it's, I think the cheapest one is what, like 1,200 rune coins or 800, 900 rune coins?
They do go on special quite often where you'll get them for half price down to about 450, but yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, the best time to get one was this summer. It was like 400 rune coins when that event came out, unfortunately. But yeah, like having those style events where you can get those big ticket items, if you want to put the work into it, is like, those are big deals. If they only come around like once every quarter or something, that's no problem to me. It's like, because of the value of the rewards, that's fine. I was just hoping to hear back from them to say, yes, they work, but because of the value in them, we can only run them like, twice a year or something,
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear some feedback.
Or even if they, they release it and let it run for an entire month rather than just 2 weeks, so people can sort of think, oh yeah, I want to get that, but I don't have the money, for a couple of weeks, but I want to do it, and I don't want to spend my in-game gold, and allow people sort of 4 weeks in which to purchase it in and get it done.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was just interested because they were quite excited about this and wanted to tell us about it. And I bought it. I didn't need any of the stuff, but just to show my support, I actually did buy the paid version because I thought it was really good. And if it helps sort of cut back on treasure hunter promotions with all those lamps and such, I thought it would have been a great idea.
No battle passes in ESO. That's I figured. ESO makes its money mainly off of, I think, subscriptions, right? And they have a
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online.
Sorry,
they have a they have a premium pass, and I think they have a, I can't remember, maybe an item mall. I don't know. Premium Club next month should be at the last week of next month. I think around the Black Friday is when they like to generally start offering it. Yeah. RuneFest does seem I think RuneFest seems a little empty this year because the venue is about 3 times the size.
Yeah, it's a huge one.
It's massive.
Yeah.
How are you going with buying your bonds the last few weeks? I always put 5% under and then add 5 or 6 coins to it.
Yeah.
And I haven't bought any in 2 weeks. So I think everyone's starting to.
Yeah, I have had to begin. I'm not getting them for the price that I want anymore. Definitely. I don't want to reveal what I'm buying for, because that's not going to help me. But I'm definitely not getting them for the price that I want them anymore for. But it's crunch time, So yeah. Like but I'm also almost to where I need to be. I only need 7 more to be where I need to be. And anything after that is basically
cream
gravy. Yeah, cream and gravy.
Yeah, I've only managed to purchase 6 so far instead of the 20. Was it 24 or whatever it is?
Is it going to be? I missed that shortcut. Dang it.
I just can't remember. I thought it was 18 last year, so I'm just going to try and get 20.
Last year was 20.
Or 20 was it?
20. Yeah, last year was. I'm still paying with cash, so I don't know.
I'll probably end up just chucking in my credit
I'm
card.
literally buying all these bonds literally to sell to people to make, and I'm selling them all at a premium. My goal is to sell every single one of these bonds at 25 million each. If possible. If possible.
Wouldn't be surprised if it goes up to more than 20 this time.
That's my plan.
I reckon a peak around 21, 22, personally.
I'm hoping they peak at 25. It might not happen. That might be pie in the sky, but it might happen. I have big dreams this year. That's all I'm saying. Premier Club might be a flop this year. You never know. How much RuneFest is over? What are we, like 3/4 over? Maybe 2/3?
Pretty much. There's a couple more Well, actually, yeah. There's the two old school. Well, the old school.
The most
going on
important
now.
part of RuneFest is not over. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
The reveals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
which is
winter
okay.
reveals have not been done yet. We have to
Which will be
wait.
up in
Look at
about
that! Look at that fake purple fire. I like fake purple fire. Go ahead, Pern. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say it's up in about half an hour. I think the winter reveals.
Yeah, you almost got me, Scott Savage. You almost made me divulge my price, you slimy little. I was gonna be like, yeah, I'm buying the mat.
Okay. Now another one. I've just again in official. There is a post there by someone called Muggles.
Okay.
It's about the player-owned farms. Now,
Okay.
Mod Raven, you know I am one of your biggest fans. Love player-owned farms, but a few changes are needed. We need another pen for animals awaiting market or all the buyers there at all times. And we need another breeding pen. I don't think we really need another breeding pen since we've got them all locked in as breeding pens. They want manure and green manure in the leprechaun, plus a few things to go on our tool belts and such. Then I agree we don't need more bank space for the minigame. So basically they're looking at... Well, they asked for the insect repellent onto the tool belt. They've done that, haven't they?
Yes, that's on the tool belt now.
Yes, that's right. So that was one of the things they asked. They want the manure and green manure to be held by the leprechaun rather than go into our bank. And they want an extra pen where we have animals awaiting market so that if you're, you're breeding both rabbits and chickens, say, and there's only one buyer there, you can sort of put them into a holding pen. What do you think of that idea?
What in a holding pen? I was just turning DX's insult into a compliment for RuneScape 3.
Oh.
Sorry.
Just the extra animals that you breed. So once you
But
rabbits,
they've already talked about the technical limitations as to why they can't do that, though.
Yeah.
So
well, my problem there would be if you have a holding pen, they're still going to grow. So I want to hold them all at adolescent because that's where you get the most beans. So if you have a holding pen, how do you stop them from growing?
What about if we actually just had the ability to take an animal? Like, all right, so like this is an end game item, okay? So once you've done the farm already and you've maxed out everything you need to do, and you're just trying to get beans, right? That's your end goal now. You're just basically trying to finish the farm. There's an item you can create next to the seasonalizer. It's a little more expensive than the seasonalizer. And all it does is it takes an animal from its baby or egg stage and gets it to the adolescent stage for you so you can sell it, all right? And it's called the hyperbolic time chamber. And that's all it does is get it from the correct... Just gets it to the stage so you can sell it in basically like 3 game ticks or something. It's just done.
I'm probably not a big fan of it. I like that sort of timed... of growth and such, and then if I don't get there back quick enough, they've sort of already got to adult and such. That's that sort of risk.
What about if it opens up a skill check that's swinging back and forth on your screen, and it's got a sweet zone, and if you don't click inside the sweet zone, it just disintegrates your animal? Risk reward?
Something like that. Yep, that's okay. I could go for something like that. What I would have liked to have seen, though, is a purchasable update with, again, with your beans, 25, 30k worth, where you could shorten the time that the buyers show up. So rather than 3 days for the large one, it'll bring it down to 2 days. It'll bring the medium pen buyers down from 2 days to 1 day, and the small pen buyers from once a day to every 12 hours.
All right, the whole animal buying system, in my opinion, needs to be completely redone. The fact that certain buyers don't show up for days on end is causing its own bottleneck problem with the bank that it could just be solved.
And that's the biggest problem. Yeah, that's the biggest problem.
Yeah,
I'm dropping so many animals now because I just don't have the room to keep storing them until a buyer shows up.
Yeah, if we could just get rid of that problem in the first place, I think a lot of the storage capacity issues would be eliminated square one. So, I don't think his argument really holds as much weight as it did initially. Because there's a technical limitation that just cannot be gotten around really right now unless the game engine is improved
Yeah.
upon, and B, if we could just eliminate the need for the animal traders to be reoccurring over and over again, we wouldn't see that bottleneck occurring in the first place. So that's my stance.
Fair enough. Man?
Our man's sleeping.
Still awake and with us? Yep. He's left. Our man has left the building.
He saw old school RuneScape and he's like, I'm going to bed.
I'm trying to keep awake for it. It looks like they're doing something now.
They are doing old school RuneScape. They are 45 minutes late on stage, so that's going to really suck for our for the RuneScape 3 players. They feel really bad for us.
Typical bloody old. I just don't understand why they just didn't put both of the OSRS, because you're going to have them sitting there anyway, and just put them both together.
Right. And make them fight, right? Make them fight for the stage. You put Mod Mark versus Matt K on the stage. Just make them box it out. Whoever wins gets to do their presentation.
Yeah, no, I just don't understand why you put OSRS the first 5 years, then go to RS3 Winter Reveals, and then go back to OSRS Reveals. Wouldn't you just do do your Golden Gnome Awards, then go into your Winter Reveals, and then that's RS3 over and done with, and then you can sit there and do your first 5 years and your OSRS Reveals, and have that sort of community all there ready to go.
Because this event is run by Jagex.
Which don't often make sense. That is true.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. They're doing pretty good for a game company that's running like an entertainment event. They're not doing that bad.
Oh yeah.
We're not on par with BlizzCon or anything, but they're doing all right. They're doing all right.
But you've got to admit, we do have some great, some great personalities there with your Ravens and your Mod Marks. Mod Osborne not there this year.
Doesn't seem like it, but again, he might be doing the winter reveals. Well, he had his daughter was sick last year. Yeah, so that's not fair to say. You can't hold last year against him.
No, that is true. I just remembered as I said that. No, that's right.
Yeah,
he had his daughter sick last year, as I said that. With Mod Osborne, with the deletion of his Twitter and all that we were talking about the other day, and maybe sort of a lot of backlash from a lot of the community, maybe he has just decided, listen, I don't want to get involved in that. I just need some time off.
It's very much fair. With all the stuff that he has to deal with on Twitter, he very well may have just gotten burned out. He's a human being.
Yeah, that's right. He's a great human being, but the way people attack, as we know, keyboard warriors.
Sure.
That does, these are humans. These are real people with real feelings, and when stuff like that happens, it can cause a lot of issues. So, fingers crossed, he is okay though.
I would love to see him on the Winter Reveal stage, but hey, if we don't, then we don't. It is what it is, and we got to respect his privacy.
That's it.
I just hope he's still around, eh? Like, I hope he doesn't stealth quit.
He's definitely not. He said on Reddit that he's very much still the product manager or the creative director of RuneScape 3.
What is this human you speak of? I have not seen the light in years.
Anyway, I just got something in my eye when I did that somehow. I looked at the light. That's what happened. I burned my retina. Look at this. Oh, look at this tiny window. Oh, then they made it full screen. I get it. They're showing progress. I've got it muted, so I don't know what's going on. Let's quickly... We'll do a quick check-in with the old mage bit over here. How's he doing? How's he doing? We're still jumping across Saren pillars here. Leaping bounds, making things happen. For those of you who care, you don't care. No one really cares. I'm working on the Master of All title. Not that I can equip it or anything, but once I...
we'll unlock it finally, and then I'll say, listen, we haven't been able to fix it. We're never going to have again.
It's a novelty.
You and I are sitting there, just unlocked our Master of All titles, and we'll never get to put it on.
So wait, hang on. Are you both quite close? Are you? Because Mage is what, 4 or 5 off?
Mage is now 3 off, I think, because he got Jemmy the other day. I've still got 5.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a close battle right there.
Yeah.
We're both fighting for...
I've only got 1.
How have you only got 1?
I know. Well, I got the divination one, and I just for a long time, I've just been working on divination. You know.
Oh, okay. So you don't do a lot of other skills.
Yeah, no, I got the divination one like so fast, and then I've just been
Yeah, you got to do what I do. Use skill of the month to motivate you for each pet.
Well, hey, I may be going for the agility pit now. I may not be.
Yeah, well, I am. Did you see our friend Anonymous is leading the race even more?
Oh, Anonymous, that Anonymous, he's doing quite well.
Apparently. How often does that graph update? On logout or once a day?
It's once a day at 4 p.m. my time, so whatever that works out at your time.
All right.
So I think it's about 1 a.m. your time.
All right. I'll just look at it once a day.
Yeah. That's it. Basically, when you get up in the morning, it would have updated.
Winter Reveals... I'm sorry, I'm just going to answer this person's question in chat. PVM Shadow 2 says, Winter Reveals begins when, Pern?
Winter Reveals technically is supposed to start at 4 p.m.
Which is
about 20 minutes technically.
Technically, but they are like real late, right?
Yeah, they are. So I would probably say we're a good
30 minutes late.
40 minutes away. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're about 40 minutes behind schedule here. So Winter Reveals is probably going to start in about an hour, if I had to guess.
Maybe less.
Maybe, yeah. So probably about 40 minutes to an hour. We're doing the past 5 years of old school RuneScape. Currently, we are just hanging out and talking about I almost said the real RuneScape. I'm going to stop myself and say old school RuneScape. The official private server.
Yeah, I was going to say, does that mean you don't want me to refer to it as the official private server? That is my thoughts only. It is not representative of RuneScape Weekly.
No problem. Yes, that is not the official view.
That's the disclaimer
of anyone, actually, except for
me.
Except for maybe my subconscious and Pernasius.
We just like to tease.
We do.
Man, Major's doing quite... I mean, Anonymous is doing quite well on this skill of the month.
I know. I'm doing all right. It's not bad.
So is this current period right here is just the bikes and like half an hour, or have you been doing something else? A bit more of the...
Yeah, I've been doing steroids behind your back.
He's got his Silver Hawk. He spent
those are the steroids.
million GP on it.
The steroids, yeah.
I just can't believe you spent that much money on
did he actually? Wait, how many did he get?
I bought 5,000.
250 million worth.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. I bought 500 with my store points, and that was it. I'm not spending real money on them.
I won't tell Sorensen. I'll just see how.
But you got to understand, like, I have to get to 120 anyway. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's not a big deal to me. Like, I looked at like how much it's gonna cost. I was looking at Silverhawks. Like, if I was gonna get 120 through Silverhawks alone, it was like 1 billion, like 1.2 billion. So I was like, I might as well like mix both of them. You know.
Is that a calculation? Do you have enough for 120 now, or is it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm doing a mixture of like of half an hour and not half an hour and Silverhawks, and we'll see what happens. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but that's just how I live my life. Got the Chaos Elemental Pet on RuneScape 3. 3 kill count. Wow. Probably going to skip all Reapers now. That's crazy. 3 kill count.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah. That's like the person who got the pet with 1 prayer XP.
Oh, speaking of, I had someone in my chat the other, I think it was yesterday, who got the Rax pet 1 kill count.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like remember the Magister when it came out? Someone got that on 1.
Yeah. That's just, that's like, that's like back out of my chair worthy for a second. Like, whoo! Lost connection.
Sorry, my son just texted me. He was supposed to be home at midnight. I actually forgot about that. It's now 1:45 a.m. And he's just texted me, I'm staying the night at my friend's.
Oh.
Better just text him back. Okay, dude, no worries.
Reveals are coming up probably in the next 30 to 45 minutes. They are late. They had a little bit of a kerfuffle with the last, what do you want to call it, stage. They had some trouble setting up, so they are about a half an hour to 40 minutes late. So they're currently on the old school past 5 years. So we are standing by, just chit-chatting about RuneScape 3. And go ahead, Arman.
They had to get the crane in to get these stone columns placed onto the
right?
stage. Took them a good 15, 30 minutes or so.
Wow, that was bad plan. Why didn't they just put them on rollers and the back ready to roll?
Or maybe just don't make them out of stone.
Just make those foam ones and just carry them out.
They should have asked Teasgit before they...
That's funny. You know how I was complaining about my crystal chinchompers? I've done 3,600 odd and haven't gotten an animal from them yet. But I did 580 of the crimson chinchompers and got one sort of straight away, or 580 kills. I'm just reading on here. It's a post called Imposter Chompers. As an Iron Woman, I am pretty sickened by the kill count and hunt count that is required to get the new animals for the player-owned farm. I have killed thousands of yaks, nothing. Hunted 12,000 Azure skill chompers, only to get 3 males, and over 2,000 crimsons with nothing so far. Gone from 84 to 92 hunter in the last 2 weeks. And all I have got is 3 male Azure skill chompers.
Oh wow!
So yeah, that's tough. And obviously, being Iron Man, you can't say, "Well, just trade them with someone else." But
Pern,
yes,
the that halberd that is dropped in Elite Dungeons 1.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on it? Any use on it?
Probably not with everything else that we have out. I think it is upgraded to a T87 weapon, isn't it? If I remember correctly.
Do you feel like it's a cheap alternative for people who would want to use Dragon Rider Lance? Because it's got that halberd and it's augmentable.
Yeah, it's augmentable and anything. And I mean, we've got to remember also that not everyone is maxed and kind of has got the money to spend on those ones. It is a very viable sort of high mid-tier player weapon for sure.
I think
especially if you want to start doing things like you want to go to what's the pet
great
you've got?
For mob control, Abbey Demons.
No, the pet you got.
They're my pets. I consider them my pets.
No. The boss pet, the
Corporal Beast,
the puppy, the Corporal Beast. That's the one. I could just remember the puppy. Yeah, great for things like that because halberds obviously are the best weapon to use down there. Or the spears. Yeah. If you want to sort of get in learning that and you haven't got the money to afford, those sort of higher end ones, but it's a reasonable weapon for what it is. But obviously, it's not something of higher end.
All right, I gotta see if I should have saved a picture of this. It was hilarious. I'm the only person who commented on it, and it's the best freaking Reddit thread I've ever found, and it got deleted. Damn it! All right, let's hope there's a cache.
Can you remember what it was?
Damn it! There's no cache copy of it. Damn it! Yeah, it was so good. Yeah, I left a copy of it in Discord. There's going to be no way to get in the copy of it, probably. It was called Forgot My Password After 10 Plus Years Help. And my comment was, nobody gets banned for nobody gets banned for their friend giving them something for their birthday. Nice try, though. So, you can get the gist of the story. Was basically I got banned. My friend gave me a bunch of stuff for my birthday, and Jagex banned me for real world trading. And I'm like, nice try. Jagex doesn't ban people, but just the way he worded it though was so sincere and sad, and it was really like a well thought out story. And I wanted to read it, but yeah, it got deleted. Damn it! I should have taken a picture.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, you know how I like to make fun of those people.
Yeah, of course. The best I mean, that type of thing. When I first started the game, I had a friend on here. He was Aussie as well, and he ended up quitting. He gave me Santa, he gave me a Robin Hood, which was worth a bit back then, and sort of a bunch of other stuff. And it's like, he was quitting the game. I hung on to them all, and I sell them because obviously they were gifts.
Sure.
But I've told them if you ever come back, they're always yours. And people going, change your name. Why would you ever give it back to him and such? I said, because they're pixels on a screen. If he ever comes back and wants them, they're his. But after all this time, I mean, it's been 6 or 7 years now. I don't think he'll ever come back.
Yeah, at that time, it's yours. It's like it's like lost and found rules. If no one claims it after a certain amount of time, it's just yours. I had a friend who gave me his entire bank, and then came back like 2 years later and like demanded it back. And I gave him like half of it back, just because I felt bad for him. But it was like 2 years later. I'd spent it all. It was 2 years ago. I'm not good with money.
Yeah, no. After that amount of time, especially if he's just given it to you, said I'm quitting. That's it. I'm not coming back. It's yours.
I had a friend though, who he put all his money into Armadillo helmets back when God Wars Dungeon 1 had just come out. He had 400 Armadillo helmets. This was before EOC. EOC came out.
Tell me about this.
Yeah, EOC comes out. And he comes back to the game probably like a year after EOC comes out. Those things are like, what, 10K? This is obviously pre-invention, of course, when they...
Yeah.
And pre-treasure trails and all that stuff and whatnot, when they became worth money again. So he comes back to the game. These things used to be worth like 10 mil a pop. And now they're worth like 10K a pop. And his bank is just worthless. He logs in, he looks at them, gives them to me, and just quits immediately again.
But in all honesty, I mean, the only thing, if you're going to go away that amount of time, you invest in either shards or in like rune plate bodies. Things that aren't, they're pretty much at elk value, so you're not going to lose your money on it. If you're going to be merchanting things like that, you log in, every couple of weeks and just watch the market and dump them or sell them when they go up.
Yeah. Oh, so sad. So sad. Let's see. Highest bidder. One only buying the ED3 boss name so I can call him Bossy McBossface. The highest bidder is currently £780 on Bossy McBossface for the RuneFest charity auction. Get to name Elite Dungeon 3 NPC after yourself. So that's pretty cool. We're looking at Bossy McBossface. Why do people...
Did you see read the comment, the top comment? It's so good.
Top comment on this is, I actually won this, and I will name it in tribute to the original poster, Bossy McBossface shall be born. Awesome. I love it.
That'll be amazing.
Are those guys doing live bot busting at RuneFest right now? It appears that is what they are doing, live bot busting, yes.
Is it live bot busting, or was it just just showing what was happening?
No,
okay.
They are literally live bot busting. Do you want to tune into it?
Wow. No. Bot busting live. I mean, you're supposed to be showing the first 5 years. So obviously we went over the first 5 years in the first 5 minutes, and now we've got nothing else to do. Get off the freaking stage and let us get our winter reveals then.
I know, right? We've got things to do. Move along.
Amulet of farming.
Look, they turned the lights off. Come on, brush them off the stage.
Exactly. Amulet of farming. Someone wants to have it.
Hello? Our time is over? Yes? Okay, sorry.
Oh, that's turned off.
Yeah, he's on the phone, yeah. Get off.
Oh.
I have actually tuned in just to see what's happening because he was on the phone.
Yeah.
Why was he on the phone?
But who is phone? Came across Jesus while fishing. Very nice, very nice. Dun, 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 dun.
They've got Zolra bots over there, have they?
Who isn't a Zolra bot these days?
Oh, Zola is one of their bosses over there.
Costa
They've actually
Keys
got a
went up.
bot that kills the boss. Shows how pathetic their bosses are.
Yeah, the cost of keys went up like 4 months ago, silly boy.
But anyway, back up onto the post I found. Someone wants to have an amulet of farming similar to the amulet of nature for plots that's attuned to pens to tell them when there's a baby born or if there's an illness. When the maturity level changes and such. Do you think that's necessary?
Say that again.
You know how you've got an amulet of nature, so you can check your farming plots
Uh-huh.
if something's dying or diseased or whatever.
Yes.
You can attune it to a plot. Someone wants to have one attuned to the farming pens, so they can see when if there's a baby born, if there's an illness, if the maturity level has changed.
That'd be nice.
Do you think that is necessary?
I mean, nothing is necessary, but it would be a nice feature. It'd be like a luxury feature.
That's what I mean.
Nice
Would
to
it be a useful feature?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Just have an unlock that it shows up anywhere in the world instead of having to be at the farm.
Here's my issue with the current system: is I never use the farming amulet in its current state because isn't it a degradable item?
Yeah, I think it's got 8 charges.
That's my problem with it. It needs to be an item that just exists. And it needs to just be a one-time, very expensive item to create with a really high invention level attached to it.
I think that's one of the amulets you can actually combine into one large one anyway, isn't it? So you can
I don't know.
have it up to 120 charges or whatever it is.
It might be, you can probably compact it, you're right, but I just never want to worry about it again.
Yeah, I've never used it myself either. That's why I'm just wondering. It's because that's not something I'd really worry. I mean, the only thing if you did, would attune it is to the small pens because the other ones take like a day to grow anyway, and dragons take 3 days to grow.
Yeah,
so
that's the big mistake.
I don't really.
Well, here's the problem with farming and or the animals specifically and disease is if your animal gets diseased, it will not reproduce. So if you just don't visit your farm for 3 days, thinking that everything's honky-dory, you're screwed if your animal got diseased on day 1 and you just didn't visit it for 2 days. You will have had no reproduction chances for 2 days. So,
I generally check mine every at least twice a day personally. So, yeah, I mean, for someone who doesn't, okay, I can see. I sort of think of it sort of the way where I'm still very involved in the farm when I go there, a couple of times a day. Because I still always pick up 1 or 2 zygomites on my mushroom farm runs. So I just drop them in a pen there, let them get to adolescent to sell them.
One second. The real stream is just on twitter.com/jagex. Because they're oh so smart. 200 IQ and decided to stream on their ghost channel. Anyway, continue, Pern. Did you have any more to add to that?
Yeah. No, that was it. I was just seeing if it's something you guys would use.
I would use it if I would love it if they would incorporate both of those features into a single item, honestly. I would love to have a way to check both of my patches, all pens into one singular interface. And it just maybe go ahead.
I was going to say, that is the problem with the amulet of farming or amulet of nature is that you can only attune 1 to 1 patch anyway. So
maybe it uses divine charge to operate it. Like every time you open it, it uses a significant amount of divine charge. Yeah.
Have a new farming quest, or you've got to reach a certain level in farming, and you can purchase it purchase the unlock like we did for the Master Farmer's outfit from Granny Potterington.
Sure.
And then that's a very good idea. Then that's sort of a bit more content to add into the game that we can sort of unlock and chase and sort of keep those beans being relevant.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I want to see more content added to the farm. If it can be locked behind quest content, even more power to it. But I also would love to see it have an invention requirement as well, for sure. Make it a blueprint so it's tied behind a high invention level. I'd like to see invention being given more and more uses because it gives players things to strive for, end game uses. Keeps people engaged in skilling.
And I like everything locked behind requests because quests, and I like everything like behind them.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes. I'm hoping tomorrow. Actually, I might do some live streaming myself tomorrow and head down to the King Black Dragon, the new Dragon King's laboratory, and chase those last 2 lore books.
Yeah, nice. I might go with you if you'll have me.
Yeah, I just do it in story mode. But
yeah, that's fine. I just want to see the dungeon. I have never been.
It is awesome. You've got that. You got the kill at Elite Dungeons 1?
Yeah.
After the release of Elite Dungeons 2?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Because that was a thing.
Listen, I did it in normal mode, all right?
Yeah, you did it in normal mode beforehand. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, you did it in normal mode beforehand. So normal mode was okay. It was only story mode that I had to go back and redo it all, which was fine. Because that last boss isn't hard. It's just time-consuming. The hardest boss is the second boss.
Yeah.
You'll I mean, this boss is the same. I mean, there's a few mechanics you have to watch out for. I put that Dragon King Laboratory guide in there by Tucky Mucky. Just have a look over that and you'll see the things that you have to look out for, and you'll be fine. I did my first run and didn't die once. So, and I took a pack yak of food, and I didn't even finish what was actually in my inventory. I think I only went through half the food that was in my inventory.
Nice.
All the way through, so yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see I want to hear the music, I want to see the graphics, I want to hear the lore. That's basically it.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love it. I'm probably going to spend a bit of time there.
Yeah, I tried to solo it, and it was just a little much for me, so...
Well, that's what I want to play, the story mode. Just get used to it, and then I'm going to try soloing, because I want to try and get the little pet from the end boss.
Oh, nice. Did they do the boss any justice with the pet?
I don't know. I just know there was a boss pet, so...
fair.
I'm a collector, you know that. I don't look at things.
You don't care what it looks like. You just want
it. No, I just want it because it's there to unlock.
Gotcha.
That's why I was really disappointed about the Ice Dragon pet that you could get, because I got my little red, blue, and black dragons for my player-owned house. The baby ones you got there, and the green one. So the little 4 dragons, and I wanted the baby ice dragon, but it's just spend a million dungeoneering tokens and it's yours. I don't want it. I want to go and hunt them and try and get the egg drop.
Yeah, the egg drops are not even that rare. It just takes a couple hours at worst.
That's right, but it's fun because, hey, I've earned this properly my way, not just, I've got a bunch of dungeoneering tokens, let's buy a pet with it.
I'd rather buy floors than pets. Come on, I hate dungeoneering.
Well, I'd buy the little mini blink if I could just constantly stab it in the face, but I'm not allowed to do that, so yeah.
I hate blink. I haven't... I got lucky. I didn't get blink on my last live stream. Go ahead.
I said, when you're doing dungeoneering, you just got to do it the way I did. I told you, sinkholes when you remember them, and you just do...
To be fair, sinkholes were broken all last week.
That's fair enough, but even then, on your daily... you still get player tasks as well, but you get the daily, double it, and you can choose... You've done the... I think it was the Fremenic Sagas, where you could then choose once a day the boss that you got to fight.
Yep.
So you just choose the boss you want to fight and just go through and do that. Because quite often when you do 2 rooms, you'll get the same boss both times.
I got my full warped outfit ready now to go, so I can skip a puzzle room too. So life's pretty good.
Oh, that's so good.
That's it. And that way you get to choose 2 bosses.
Yeah,
you can do the one from the Sagas and the one from... Because you get to choose one from the outfit as well, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know that. Life's even more sweet
I'm
now.
not positive. Double check.
I don't know about that, but I'm gonna hold you to that.
Let me look it up quickly now for you.
Australian News Day. Daylight savings now in New South Wales rather, and that's the only one.
Oh, is it?
What?
Daylight savings now.
That's what.
Oh, jeez! It just did too. I'm saying, why is it 3 a.m.? But yeah, it's just dropped ahead. That's it. Daylight savings started today. Jeez, I forgot all about that. It's stupid. Daylight savings starts.
Now it's even later. Great.
Yeah, but it's the last Sunday. The kids have been on school holidays for the last 2 weeks. So let's make daylight savings today
Google.
when they go back to school on Monday. So they lose that hour's sleep.
When does daylight savings time start?
Okay, let me look up Elite Dungeon outfits.
I got all right. November 4th is when mine ends.
Yeah, we've got about an hour crossover.
Yeah, I get it. You can kill bots, right? Like, okay, how about some content? You can do this not at RuneFest.
Exactly.
This is really weird, like that they're doing this because it was meant to be a 5-year.
Yeah, again, just to just to remind everyone, they are running late, and this is supposed to be the 5 years of old school RuneScape block, and we're in we're in that, right?
Technically, most of the old school is bots.
Well said. Well said.
And that was him, not me this time.
So, from my understanding, within the next 15 minutes or so, we should be wrapping this up, whatever this is. I don't even know. So, apparently we'll be
time to refresh your drinks and.
I know, right? I'm ready. I haven't had water in like an hour. I'm ready to just walk away and go get some.
Okay, I've just got up the Garage and Trailblazer outfit. It gives a 7% XP boost on all skills in Dungeoneering, 7% base experience for the floor, also increases the tokens earned, 7% reduction on the skilly nodes, a 7% damage for combat, a +3 level boost while to all stats while Dungeoneering, excluding Dungeoneering, Summoning, and Invention. Increased spawn rate of rare Slayer creatures. Ice walking boots, passive effects that stop the players slipping on the ice within the frozen floors. Ability to skip a puzzle room once per party per floor. A 20% chance of not using a Dungeoneering lock melter. I actually forgot about those things.
That's pretty good, actually.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I should start making those.
Yeah, a 7% discount on the reward shop and floor prestiging. Does not apply for swapping tokens. A three additional daily sinkhole teleports.
Wow.
And Dungeoneering lamps from sinkholes will give an extra 10% additional experience. So no, you can't choose a boss with that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. There's some pretty good rewards on there that I didn't know about. They're like teleporting to sinkholes is pretty cool.
Yep.
I've just got to build up the like 200k tokens to unlock the ability to make the pieces.
That's fair.
Because I drain them all getting the unlimited or the infinite gold accumulator.
That was the best buy in that store.
I can't argue with that board.
I think I've unlocked everything in the reward shop other than the pets now.
And I've
got to start going through and doing all the rooms in hard mode. I think I'm up to floor 17.
I think old school RuneScape's popularity mostly comes from nostalgia. And there's nothing wrong with that. I am a nostalgia junkie.
But it's not nostalgia anymore because there's so many new things and changes and such in there.
I still think its base comes from nostalgia because the graphics and the music and it feels like old school Rune. Like it feels like you're living in the past.
It feels like you're in 1990 again.
Well, even like it just feels like I'm living in my basement and back in the back when I was a kid. I was I had the ultimate stereotypical like nerd childhood. Like I had a finished basement apartment with like your typical 90s computer and like your typical 90s teenage boy bedroom with your your typical 90s teenage boy man cave. Did your typical 90s teenage boy have a man cave? I don't know. But either way, I had my PlayStation room, I had my computer room, and I had my bedroom. I had a finished basement, basically, with all my nerd stuff. And I basically just played RuneScape. Yeah, Mom yelling at you because the dial-up and she wants to make a phone call. Yeah, basically. When broadband came out in, like, 2001... like, everyone was so happy. Like, the phone can be used again.
Yeah.
I'm living that right now, Kappa. I've moved upstairs, luckily. Only because a room opened up, because, you know, people die eventually.
I just posted in the
Kappa.
chat.
What?
Get off and bring on the RS3 Winter Reveals, please. You can bot bust anytime. Stop wasting RuneFest with this nonsense.
Lol, banned.
I'm just waiting for all the all their fans to 2K people on the Aussie world. They're saying. Actually, there's a few people calling for the same thing. I'm just flicking through this.
This is not Fest. This is not Rune. This is just you.
This is funny. Nice to see what the iOS RS community looks like. No bots, right? Because they're just blowing out. You know, they're going everywhere, and there's just all it is bots. There's like 2 players and 400 bots that they're blowing away. That's funny.
Like, oh, you can see the heat map of bots. Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's delicious.
Yep. We need reveals. We need winter reveals. Move on, everyone. Starting to call for the same thing.
Give me Predator
Telling them to get
vision.
off.
Right?
Oh, have you seen the new Predator?
No, I have not. Is it
Very
good?
good movie. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, storyline is so-so, but very good. I really enjoy. If you just like that sort of sit back, enjoy action without having to think too much, it's a great movie for that.
Yeah, I could do some action porn.
Action porn?
Yeah, that's what it is.
So yes. Okay.
movies where you don't have to think and you're just watching explosions and action it's just action porn.
Yeah, I realised that it just took me a moment. Hey, it's 3 a.m. Forgive me.
It's all right. I learned that in film class, like when I was in high school. My film teacher would call he'd be like, "That's just pornography." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, and that's when I learned the true definition of pornography.
Yeah. Yeah, the teachers taught you about porn. Yeah, I was watching before I started this the WWE Super Show Down Under. Really fun show. They did well bringing all their superstars out here. But John Cena has always had that military short back and sides haircut, flat top and such. He's let his hair all grow out. He looks like freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger now. He's got the same hairstyle, and because he's got that chiseled face as well. You can just see it. It's just like, wow, you look so weird with your hair like that. Yep. Everyone's calling for him to wrap it up. Press 1 if you're bored. Hang on. 1. There's a whole bunch of 1s coming up.
Someone just lob a smoke, one of those smoke slugs on stage. Never mind, we're good. Can't cancel that order.
Like they're walking off. Yeah,
sit rep. Never mind.
They've had enough of everyone screaming at them in chat. That's a pity because I can't actually read the chat, but everyone's just telling them, get out.
All right, so that ends that portion of RuneFest, and we should be seeing, coming up next, the winter reveals. So we're going to move into a quick break here. Not that we haven't been on a perpetual break for the past hour, basically. So we'll be in stretch time for what I assume another 15 to 20 minutes here.
Actually, we've got Raven and Mohawk on the chair.
You want to let them talk for a bit? See what they're saying?
Let's see what they have to say.
Before we do that, I want to remind the players that the next thing on the schedule is the RuneScape Winter Reveals. So look forward to that. We are just setting up the stage, getting everybody ready for their reveals and whatnot.
I'm going to get a drink.
I also want to just give a little shout out again to exclamation point charity in the chat. We are still running that eBay charity auction. We'll have results of that actually in a couple of hours. So looking forward to the results of that. Obviously, we've raised so much money this year. Do you remember at the start?
Oh, it's been so good.
It's like, we're close to $1 million over the last 5 years,
so
which is
insane. Yeah, that's insane.
It's a huge amount of money. But I am going to go ahead and ask the first question to you technical developers, which I think is an hilarious one.
I love the eyes from Mohawk, you're asking this one.
I'm never usually allowed to ask this question on stream because I don't usually have somebody who can answer it. And I can
now you have 2.
And now I have 2, so you ready?
Well.
What is engine work? And it says it in quotation marks.
Full definition.
Yeah, what is meant by the term engine work? For you, as technical developers, what is engine work? And the difference between content development?
So, yeah, there's basically two different sides to development. The first is what we do as a content developer, which is in RuneScript, which I think everybody probably heard of before, which is where we make all the stuff that you guys see in-game, which you can experience in-game. And then you have the engine, which is behind it, which is basically a huge list of all the commands that we can use as developers to do the stuff that you see.
So yeah, obviously on top of that is it's actually split into two. So
Shawnee
we
is
have
absent.
what's known as server commands, which run on great big data centers.
That's all we haven't seen. Shawnee
last night. It was
probably too much for his. Wants to stay home with his little
and then
kid.
there's also what's known as the client, which is what runs on the player's computer.
Because didn't they have to
which also
actually
has another set of commands.
all get hotel rooms down here because it's like five or 6 hours away from.
Yes.
How deep do you want this rabbit hole to go?
Yeah, so it's worth quickly explaining maybe the difference between a hot fix, a cold fix, and a warm fix, which is actually something that old school can't get. It's a RuneScape 3 specific thing, but just to give an idea of the difference
another
between,
reason we're better.
Content server-side work and content client-side work.
Yeah.
I do jest to all our old
so
school
when we do a hot
listeners
fix,
out
that
there.
means that we are changing
I joke
the
around a
script.
lot. I
So
actually
that
do
will be
play a
our
little
core
school. So.
server-side script that we can change.
They did just confirm it, though. You cannot fix old school.
Or any kind of hotfix, so like changes to objects or NPCs and that kind of thing, cannot be hotfixed. That would require a cold fix. So kind of like the updates that we do every Monday, that would be a cold fix, where we take all the servers down and reboot them. And then a warm fix is for our engine. Correct?
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
It's always exciting.
Ashes, help me.
Yeah. Got a great big grin. Yeah, so a warm fix is basically when we can essentially just update our client. So if anything kind of goes wrong on the client, if it's client only, so we can have a process where it could require some platform work, some server work. But if it doesn't, we can just go, here's a new client for you. It's got a couple of these fixes in straight away.
It's worth pointing out that I'm very well aware this is an NXT client only thing. This is not something that old school can do.
Yeah.
So if we have a client-side issue, we can either hackily fix it in server-side call something else, or replace it in certain situations, or alternatively,
So
we do
yeah,
a cold
obviously,
fix,
like
the next step.
everyone on this sofa bar, I think you, Jay, is RS3. So this might
finally
be a
you're
bit-
outnumbered. Finally you're outnumbered.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Attack!
They're taking over.
So, yeah. And anything that we say to do with like client is primarily for RS3.
That's perfectly fair.
Can't speak for all.
And then cold fix, run-the-mill bog standard update.
Yeah.
All servers get shut down.
Yep.
Have to close your client, reboot it.
Yeah.
Cool. So, the original thing you said about engine work.
Yes. Well, that was.
Which thing?
It's not, is there going to be an exam at the end of this? I'm not a developer. I didn't know this. Well, actually, I kind of do. We'll talk about that later. Don't worry about it.
You do, but the players might not. So yeah.
So, in terms of engine work, why is it? So this is a question that players get a lot. Like, what pieces of content require engine work? Why is it you can't just? What's a really common one that we say you need engine that we can't do until we get engine work? What's something for RS3?
Well, the main thing at the moment is mobile.
Mobile's of course.
Of
Pretty
course.
fast mobile requires
and that also goes for old school.
That is true.
So yeah, like anything that requires anything to run directly on the piece of hardware we're deploying to, whether it is PC or mobile, has to come directly from engine. It's nothing that we have control over.
So what about scenarios where players might have been told, hey, we need an engine update for this, but we've done it without an engine update. So think inefficient scripting code that has been used to... Can you explain that a little bit? Maybe give an example if you can think of one, but at least...
So I know an example of something which was originally done server-side, which then we couldn't release until we had engine work. Which is the generation of Uncharted Isles. So originally Mod Orion did that entirely server-side, so it was entirely in script, and it reached a max up count, which is basically where the client thinks that the game has crashed. So it will crash itself just because there is so much going on. It's not set up to handle that much. It has a max limit, which then will say, okay, something's gone wrong, I'm going to close down. So he couldn't actually do that in code, so he required engine work for that, which only requires 1 or 2 calls in script. So it greatly minimizes the amount of code that you have to do, so it will actually run.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think that was a really good explanation. Would you guys agree? Are you happy with that?
Yeah. I mean, I have a question. So, how is tech dev different to like regular development, like content developing and all that? What's the difference between?
Should we try and get Raven involved? He
Well,
looks a bit
Mod Lee
lonely.
looks different this year.
Go on,
Do you know the difference
Raven.
between dev and a content dev?
I didn't realise that was him.
So in my eyes,
Really?
a content developer is
Yeah.
a mixture of sort of design and
That's what I said. They had Raven,
development.
Mohawk,
So
and
watch
another
script as
guy
well. I
there.
would probably
I didn't
argue that
realise it was Mod Lee.
Content developer works out what a thing should do, and the technical developers sneak in and go, well, no, it should work
He's
this
grown
way.
up.
Make it work. You work out what it should do, then may work out how it can work.
That's fair. I look at people like Ash and Kieran in old school
Mhm.
who have written these hugely complex systems. Like
Yes.
Ash wrote a randomizer for raids to allow you
Yeah.
to have an infinitely randomized kind of. Granted, people just kind of look in and go, I don't like that raid, and then they go back out and they keep spawning until they get one. That different problem, but he was able to write that system in a very efficient way.
Yes.
For us, old school, we're very fortunate to have the ability to be able to move house places
Yeah.
without having to delete rooms, because Ash went in as a technical developer. He's a principal, actually.
Yeah, he is.
But he is very technically minded and was able
Yeah.
to make a system that.
Yeah.
Right?
So one of the big things that we do is we make the core systems that you don't see behind the scenes that make everything run. Also, one of our core responsibilities is, because the game is now 17 years old.
It's up there.
There is 17 years. worth
Legal.
Almost at college.
Oh, careful there, buddy.
In the UK. Just to our American viewers. No, that went sour, didn't it? Sorry.
Let's keep going. Yeah, because we've got so much code, quite a lot of it is using legacy script or is very inefficient because
Bloody
we've had
phone
more functionality that we can do now that we never used to be able to do.
Spaghetti code.
Spaghetti code. You've heard it. You know what it is. Just really simple things. Like, it wasn't until a couple of years ago that we could do arithmetic outside of using engine commands.
We still have to do that. We still have to type calc and then open our brackets.
Old school too, yeah.
But we can do plus plus now.
We can do
oh,
plus.
yeah.
Oh, incrementing variables without typing the variable. Ooh.
So yeah, we go back, we make that code more efficient, more maintainable, easier to plug into. So hopefully,
I can't remember which one it was. I wish Ash was here right now to tell me. But there was a time in old school's development in the past 5 years where we had, I think it was and but not or one or the other. We
Yeah.
had one and not the other.
Yeah. Sounds
about right.
Until I think Ian Gower,
Wow.
when he was still working here and was
So
helping us with
weird
our
to
engine.
think.
Like he was like, oh,
Even
yeah,
I know
there you
about
go.
and and or in
Yeah.
Simple
I hear horror
operands.
stories about how
Exactly.
little you guys in school have compared to us.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good.
it's definitely getting better. But yeah.
We're good. We have both of them now. We can and.
You can and or.
Oh.
And or.
We can always say it.
And or.
And or.
So I want to. How much time have we got left, my beautiful producer,
minute.
before we should
None.
be on stage?
None.
Around 5 minutes, give or take. I'm going to ask the chat, because this is a very rare opportunity for them
5
to
minutes,
ask
guys.
engine-specific questions. If we have anybody on the chat, if we could pop on the iPad any questions
Toilet
for
break
you
if
guys.
you need it
'cause
quickly.
Rare scenario, it's something
How
they'd quite
hard
like
would
to
it
probably hear.
actually be to kill the tick
Chat
system? Because it was on the
questions. But we have
survey,
some
and I
other
don't believe you can
questions as well
actually
that we've
do
written down
it.
beforehand, which we think are frequently asked ones. So,
Did
like,
you type it in?
No.
you guys do develop content as well.
How
Yes.
hard
Yeah. Actually,
is
I'm
it
quite strange in my
to
role that I
kill
mostly do
the
content and very
tick
rarely do dev.
system? You
But
had it
so how do you work
on
with regular
the
developers then as tech devs? Is
survey.
it just you are another content dev when you're doing content, or is it
Not
you
really
will
sure
assist
how they're
the
gonna
content
get your
developer on the
question.
Jesus
you do the
Christ,
logic?
look
at
Is
RuneScape.
it more technically challenging to
They've
make it more
got
efficient,
flip
etc.?
pads,
Like
with
how
paper.
do you assist content developers, or do you assist them, or
Yeah, look at
do
the
you
chat,
work alongside
alright.
them?
Do our
That's
own thing.
nuts.
Definitely
Yeah.
alongside.
Lone wolves.
As soon as there's a female on
So
the chat, I
this
always
is one
close
that
it.
I
I've just
quite
opened it
like.
up to type that in, but I can't
Can
even.
you
You
give
can't
some
read anything.
examples of things
Forget
that
it.
only a technical developer would do compared to a content developer?
Yeah.
Like me personally, as an example, the last thing that I actually wrote was the achievement system. Now, I personally see
I love
that
you.
as a technical challenge.
The first achievement system or the
because
third
No,
achievement
no,
system?
no,
as a
no,
content
no,
dev
no.
kind of helps
That's
with
what I was thinking,
Forget
mate.
that.
like
That's true.
gameplay and flow.
Stage 1 or
and
stage 2,
quests,
buddy?
That sort of structure
Yeah.
of design in.
Good
Whereas
point.
the achievement
You did the
system
first
in
one.
mine was very technical
Get out of here.
aspect of, well, if you
got some
complete
words
this
for him.
thing,
It was
it
the
should
first
pick
one.
off this thing, which should then look for this.
That makes a lot of sense.
Should then kind of go off and do this thing, like
Right.
yeah. So
I am so sorry to cut you off.
Oh, that's a shame.
Again,
It was the
I'm
first
so
one.
sorry. I know.
This doesn't let you talk.
You'll be back. Patterns. Come on.
I'm also really sorry to also say I have got 2 questions.
That's
from
far away. Go for it.
No, I've got 2 questions from the chat. But we're getting very close to having to send to the main stage for the RuneScape Winter Reveals.
Oh,
and I don't really want to
boy.
hold people
It's
up on
coming.
that.
No one
So
knows that.
these 2 questions here, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to ask you off screen.
Yep.
I'm gonna
answer
tweet
you
real
can be
quick.
on the next segment.
Yeah, sounds
talk
good.
about it then. Let's hand it over to the main stage for the RuneScape Winter Reveals. Ladies and gentlemen, get
Let's go,
excited.
guys.
It's coming.
We've been waiting for.
Window reveals mobile beta in November. Mining and smithing mid January.
All right. Beta November.
My wife
RuneFest, please welcome to the stage.
No
Mod
ETA
Mark,
on
Mod
full
Timbo,
release.
and Mod Jack.
And the other guy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the RuneScape Reveal session. Ready to tell you all about the exciting updates we've got planned, all set for launch between now and February next year. I've got mods Timbo and Jack. Now, sadly, Mod Osborne is with us only in spirit today.
Was that sarcasm?
Because he's busy telling people to push and helping out in whatever small way he can with the birth of his second child.
Oh, congratulations, Mod
Oh my
Osborne.
God!
Did not know that, so there you go.
That's awesome.
So
Congratulations.
good luck, Mrs. Dave, and let's hope for her sake
Mrs.
that his
Dave.
giant head
That's
isn't
awesome.
hereditary. So, what have we got planned
Good
for you?
for him. Good for
Well,
him.
as
I was
mentioned,
worried about
this
him.
session is all about the game updates that we've got planned
Well, you
this
can't
winter.
tweet congrats.
We are, of course, working on more than just the things that we're going to show you today. But we wanted to focus on the content that we know is coming out, rather than talking about pie in the sky dreaming. We know you get frustrated with dreams and broken promises, so you can take everything that we say as sacrosanct, unchangeable, 100%, yes, indeedy updates.
Shit.
The other things that
Don't
we're working
say
on are just too
99.9%.
early to reveal, but we will have plenty of information on that real soon. Until then, let's get stuck in and introduce Till Death Do Us
World
Part.
Event 4. That's
Halloween.
Yeah, definitely Halloween.
Ha! Ooh. We don't have horses.
Is this the refined version of last year's event?
I don't know, but it's looking good.
it's looking wood of Venti.
It's looking kind of like last year's.
Don't say it.
I wish they'd bring that back. Just, done properly.
Okay, can we?
That looked good.
Can we see? Can we?
Let's be patient.
Now, this is our fantastic month-long event for both the free and members' worlds, encapsulating all the drama and emotions from Halloween and delivering a hefty boot up the arse as the intensity escalates to a glorious conclusion. So what's the story then? Well, initially, an innocent-looking sinkhole appears outside of Draenor village, and Moya, the Zamarakian general and daughter of Lucian, has turned up to investigate. Now, you know that weird tainted shard item that you found in your inventory a few days ago? Well, that's used to help out and gather charges to, get involved with the event. But while you're off fiddling around with that, the sinkhole explodes and traps Moya, releasing powerful enemies. And whilst gaining Slayer XP, killing those enemies as they plow out of the rift, pillars throb around the void, changing function regularly, requiring you to use different skills on each pillar to keep the threat contained. You'll earn XP as you do so, but the threat levels of the enemies raise, ultimately requiring some significant outside help to help deal with things.
Pillars
So
throbbing
let's
for
introduce
this.
the 4 riders of the apocalypse. That's not them. That's them. These guys will be on hand to lend a helping claw or bone to avoid catastrophe. Now, Death is looking particularly serious there, which is a bit uncharacteristic of him. And of course, you know all about him. And next up to him is War, dragged out of his comfy retirement to bring his considerable power
Like the Armadillo
to the back.
vulture over there.
And Pestilence follows, a human cursed with lycanthropy and forced to stay in his wolf form, otherwise he'll be overwhelmed by disease and die instantly. Avoid his fleas and his crazy crazy frog bow thing. And finally, we can see Famine at the back. This is Famine. Believe it or not, that is an Avianci. Thrown out to die by her peers, she exacted her revenge by poisoning the food stores of our home village, killing everyone who knew her and barely batting an eyelid. Now, each of these guys and girls can be triggered like a power-up, causing powerful effects like spawning War's weapons rack and using his javelins to rain down sweet justice on your enemies, or Pestilence's cauldron of bile. Nice.
This looks awesome.
Thank Guthix that they are on your side this time. And with Moya still trapped inside and the threat levels escalating, one final fight remains at the end. But I won't spoil that for you. But trust me, it's well worth checking out. So what do you earn for this glorious month-long Halloween extravaganza, which launches next week?
This is the world event without saying it's a world
access to a
event.
special loot cave filled with goodies, including cosmetic overrides for your weapons, mimicking those of the riders. And there's a plethora of transformation animations and plenty of XP. Now, the lore hounds amongst you should know that this event is another part of this year's hidden narrative, but more on that story later. Talking of story, next up is the exciting Needle Skips quest. Can we have the video?
No.
No, not yet. Scrub that. Now, this was first spoken about at last year's Games Jam, a special event at Jagex where developers worked in tandem with you over one special weekend, sharing designs and ultimately making classy content ready to be launched for the game. It proved to be very popular with everyone. We've already done another one this year, and we'll see others, but more on that later. Now, this quest was designed by mods Osborne and Krista, and it's a novice quest set in the Piscatoris Peninsula. So let's take a look at it.
You can ignore death, blood, murder. They all happen to faraway people with faraway lives. We lived in a house where those things didn't exist, but it was like we were pulling back the curtains and hoping for the best, hoping that those flimsy pieces of fabric would keep the violence out. We were wrong.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
It's a story told from multiple perspectives, focusing around a local family and the Needle, a powerful artifact created by the Elder Gods to aid them with their planetary constructions. Now, as you can see here, something horrific has happened. But due to the powers of the Needle, the whole site is trapped in some kind of magical time bubble, leaving an untouched crime scene for you to investigate. You'll be using a search engine of sorts, entering clue words that you've discovered to unlock glimpses of history stored inside the bubble. And as you discover more clues and clue words, further plot is revealed, finally giving you the chance to save the unfortunate individuals trapped inside.
Or not.
This is the latest in a long history of detective quests with previous examples like Murder Mystery or One Piercing Note, and just like One Piercing Note, it's a fully voiced quest. And it's also an all-female cast. And it's also the quest that brings us up to 400 quest points. Oh.
Good. Unlike the Dragon Wolf.
Which obviously means one more Slayer block slot is available, which is great news, and gives you access to spot the baby black dragon wolf and have another go on the crazy magical dice. And of course, you'll have access to another Elder artifact, the needle itself. No doubt that will come in handy in the future or past too.
We're going to put it back together.
So let's go on to the next slide.
Or a haystack.
Here he comes.
Now this year we've released 2 elite
The Ambassador.
dungeons. The Temple of Amanishi and the Dragonkin Laboratory.
Now the
You've
floaty
helped
one.
free Sarayu from a dark corruption. You've met Astalan, the first celestial dragon, and you've battled the ferocious Black Stone Dragon. But that was just the warm-up. Concluding the storyline and the final part of our trilogy comes Elite Dungeon 3, the Shadow Reef.
I hope it's like the others where it steps down
Now,
in
set deep in the ocean,
difficulty, so it's
Elite
even
Dungeon 3
easier
will
than
feature a
the second.
particular character from RuneFest talks past. Here he is in his original concept art, his original image even, and his concept art. And here is the progress on his in-game model.
Ooh, not bad.
Actually, that's not really showing up as much as I would like. Is it okay if you dim the lights a bit? Yeah, that's better. Now this guy, once a noble dragonkin, has been twisted and warped by a despicable, malevolent force, and is now its self-proclaimed ambassador, preparing the way, along with his other boss friends,
They're going to keep recycling it until they put
to
it in
bring
game.
this pure evil to dark Gillinor. But who or what is it?
Crab
Well,
people.
It's the centerpiece of this hidden storyline, and it's been going on recently. You might remember bits and pieces of.
Shawnee!
You might remember bits and pieces from Pieces of Hate, or Nomad's Elegy, or Kindred Spirits, even seeded in the pirate storyline and skeletal horror from years and years ago, and in Death Do Us Part. It was researched by the Dragonkin who lived in Ulthan Kriath, the glorious stronghold that stood where the Shadow Reef now resides. They attempted and failed to draw from its power in a dangerous ritual, a ritual led by Cranon, the Dragonkin, who has now become the fearful creature you can see on the screen before you. Over the years, the site has been like a beacon for all the evil in the area, attracting undead to stalk its forgotten passageways like an ocean of corpses. Now, it'll be up to you to disrupt the ambassador's plans. Coming during early 2019, this is a huge update to cap off the brilliant trilogy of Elite Dungeons, blending PVM challenges and a what? Jesus Christ.
It's almost like that was a surprise.
Blending PVM challenges.
Just like how it was on
wonderful
a
storyline.
slide for us when he said Jesus
There's
Christ.
lots of new rewards planned, and while I can't say what they will be, I can say that they will be as impactful as the other rewards from the dungeons, like the Tier 92 gear and mutated melee abilities released. And just like those, it's a repeatable experience suitable for 1 to 3 players. And the sub-bosses you can face will change on each playthrough, meaning you're never quite sure what you'll face. And there's a bunch of new achievements for your elite title.
Sorry about that.
And just like the first dungeon, the reef is littered with narrative set pieces, creating an unmissable update. Now, we know many of you have already worked out what this force is, and it's been fascinating seeing almost all the pieces fall together. Clever you. But there's plenty more to be discovered. Well, I'm sure glad this isn't a Ferrero Rocher advert. I have absolutely no wish to see the ambassador's balls. Talking of balls, I'd like to hand over to Mod Timbo. Timbo, you
got
okay?
big balls.
Tell me, what have you been working on?
Thanks, I think, Mark.
Big balls, my friend, big balls. You are stood on a stage in front of thousands of people, after all.
Thank you very much.
Jesus.
Hello,
I
everyone.
love Mark.
Let's talk about something a little bit more shiny, shall we? Let's talk about
Shiny pits.
Alchemical Onyx.
Oh, hooray.
Now, this might not be the very first time you've heard about me talk about Alchemical Onyx. Back in the Game Jam in April, as Mark mentioned earlier on, we designed a bunch of Alchemical Onyx. Myself, Mod Arator, we designed a whole bunch of new Alchemical Onyx jewelry that would use the new gem and try and sync out all those fortunate components. You know, all those fortunate components you got from Lucky Dice a couple of weeks ago.
Ooh, ow.
So,
And your
what
barrows
did we come
die.
up with? Well, we came up with three
Don't talk
brand
about
new
it.
jewelry items that I want to reveal to you today and confirm exactly what they do, and they should be on their way to you in
very soon.
Yeah. In an amount of time.
Monday.
In an amount of time.
Monday's update.
Here are the three items. We have Ingenuity of Humans, Grace of the Elves, and Passage of the Abyss. We wanted to keep the very similar theming to Luck of the Dwarves, which uses the other Alchemical Onyx jewelry that we currently already have, and name it after different races.
Lord of the Rings.
First of all, I want to talk to you about Ingenuity of Humans. You may already know what this is. We called it the Lucky Strike sigil back in Game Jam earlier this year. It is a brand new degradable sigil that will guarantee that your next hit has 100% accuracy. This means that you can use Stasis Warhammer while unranged, Vulnerability while melee, or if you're like Mod Shawnee and can't debilitate Telos, do that as well.
Yeah, fuck you.
As I said, it is degradable, but you won't be using Alchemical Onyx to recharge it. You'll instead be using Fortunate Components directly. This is the first item that will be doing that, and we're really excited and hope this raises the price of Fortunates and keeps them valuable. Second is Grace of the Elves. This is a brand new, non-degradable necklace where we're aiming at skillers. It has 4 fantastic features, and the first one is that you can use Signs of the Porter on it, and it will charge it up to 500 charges.
Wow.
Once it is charged, you can wear the necklace, and whilst it is worn and charged, it will
That's
act
pretty
like a
sweet.
Sign of the Porter. The second cool feature is that you can use the necklace to teleport using your Max Guild Garden skilling portal locations. So if you have them both attuned, the necklace will pick that up, and you'll be able to teleport from anywhere in the game where your current portals are attuned. If you don't have access to the Max Garden at all, you'll get 1 free attunement once you equip the necklace for the first time, and you can keep teleporting to the location as many times as you want. That's that. The third feature, it will half the drain rate of all Seren prayers as well. Seren prayers including things like Light Form and Super Heat Form. So if you want to use those, you don't have to keep chugging prayer potions anymore. Wearing the necklace will make sure that they deplete a lot slower. And my final and favorite feature is that while skilling, you'll have access to the rare drop table. This means that no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, as long as you're skilling, wearing the necklace, you'll have a chance to roll on the rare drop
Yeah,
table.
I'm pretty excited about that too.
Does it drain charges?
That's a good question. It should to be
And
balanced.
some of you might have clocked already, but if you wear Luck of the Dwarves and you wear Grace of the Elves, you have a chance to get Hazelmere's Signet Ring while skilling.
It really should drain charges. Like
But how would it change charges?
I thought that might get a chair.
on skilling action.
The final
tick,
item I want to talk to you
XP
today
tick.
about is Passage of the Abyss, otherwise known as the Ultimate Teleporter. This is a brand new pocket slot item where you can use compacted jewelry onto it, and it will store where that compacted jewelry teleports to. You can store up to 6 different teleports on the same item, and you can also recolor the item so you can have more than one in your inventory at a single time. Now, instead of using compacted jewelry or jewelry items on the Passage of the Abyss, it instead uses charges, and they can be recharged using fortunate components. That is the suite of items that's coming to you in the next couple of months. I'm really happy and excited to be confirming that all this is coming to you guys, and I really can't wait to see what we do with our chemical onyx in the future.
That is awesome.
That is
Really,
pretty sweet.
really
I'm
good for those.
glad to hear
the
that.
The first one doesn't worry me, the human one, but the other two I am so looking forward to.
I was afraid we weren't going to hear about
The next
these.
update I'm here to talk to you today about is what we are calling
Yes!
the Achievement Bonanza. In November, we're going to be adding at least over 100 achievements to the game. Now, these are not just any normal achievements.
You're a little
They
ahead
are
of me,
achievements
Armin.
aimed at both at skillers to train to make sure you have something to aim for, much like our PVM does currently, but also we're going to add some of the more fun, the more aloof, the more funny and RuneScape achievements as well. I want to share 3 different achievements with you today that's coming in November.
Breeding all the farm
First
animals.
one being Dragonstone, Dragonstone, Dragonstone. So you have to kill a Dragonstone dragon whilst wearing Dragonstone armor and jewelry, using Dragonstone bolts, while having an inventory full of Dragonstones.
That's amazing.
I like that.
I don't know about you, but I'm not sure the word Dragonstone means anything to me anymore after reading that.
Cute.
This is one of the silly achievements. There is a lot of skill involved as well, while also killing a dragon without having any food, any prayer potions or anything like that, wearing a very specific armor set as well.
That's not hard.
But, of course, it's a bit silly, isn't it, really?
It means you can't use any food.
The next achievement I want to talk to you about is an achievement called Livid. Throw a rotten tomato at Pauline Polaris in Nuvarok after having unlocked all Livid farm spells.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Poor old Pauline.
Poor
She gets a
old
hard
mage
rack of it, really. All she wanted to do was make a farm at the Livid area. I never know. But this is one of the achievements we want to reward skillers for. Unlocking a Livid farm achievement, unlocking Livid farm spells is a huge task. I know how much
give me
of a
direct
grind it can
teleport.
be, I know how much money it can cost. We want to get these achievements out to you guys and sort of show that you've done it. This is your achievement. You can earn some rune score. And yeah, it's cool.
Let me teleport directly to Trollheim.
Next up, Smartest Harvest. Harvest 60 items from fruit trees in under 4 minutes.
Wow.
I like that.
So this is one of the achievements we got for
This
skilling.
is amazing.
We want us to
I
and
love this.
That's a
we want
smart
to make
one.
sure that you guys can demonstrate your efficiency, your knowledge of the game, and also how much you've achieved in the game as well, using through teleports, outfits, and all that sort of stuff. Again, these are just some of the achievements we want to release. There are over 100 coming in November.
Oh, wow, that's
and we're
so
super
cool.
excited to have
100.
them.
Yep.
But of course, I couldn't leave you with just one last achievement.
That's what I mean. They're just
It's
constantly.
probably my favorite achievement on the whole bunch.
This is smart.
I meant to do that. Surge a distance of 1 tile.
Oh, that's easy. That I can handle.
Yeah, that's it.
I do that all the
Stand near a
time.
wall. Yeah, I know, the bloody tree's getting in the way.
And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about today is the RuneScape Game Jam. Now, thank you. Now, some of you know the RuneScape Game Jam is a time where designers and developers and players, we come together over Discord, social media, Reddit, the forums, and we hash out different designs, we hash out different updates, and we really get an opportunity to work together, and you guys get to see the transparency of design, development, all the way through the process. In the previous years, in the game jams, we've released some fantastic updates such as the luck rework, the buff bar, the login screens, and even the needle skips quest today presented came from a game jam update. This year, off the back of RuneFest, being enthused and energized by you guys, hearing all your fantastic suggestions, and just seeing your wonderful faces, we are going to have a RuneScape Game Jam on the 18th of October. Like previous years, you can get involved through Discord, forums, Reddit, my personal Twitter. Come on, hit me up, and we'll talk about what we want to see in coming next year. The themes for this year, what we are focusing on particularly, is reducing data escape, increasing combat diversity, and tidying up areas of the game. If you have any suggestions for that, please come hit me up. First of all, about tidying up the game, I want to make an important announcement that Ninja are currently working on right now.
Mobilizing armies.
We are removing
Yes!
mobilizing armies.
Yes! Called it! And we're going to move the player-owned farm down there.
It's not a pie-in-the-sky idea anymore. It is
That'd be
happening.
great.
It is being done. All of the
When
rewards
you
for
get the
mobilizing
master
armies
farmer?
right now are being redistributed across the game, and the trim completion requirement is being removed.
And so is Castle Wars.
For the game jam, we have a bunch of guaranteed
Not
slots
the minigame.
to release in
Just the
January and February. So like previous years, they will no longer languish on our infamous backlog. Right, that's it for me. I'm going to hand you over to Modjack to talk about more winter reveals.
See, that's what they should have saved. Mobilise an army. Just made our big player-owned farm down there, where you could just do lots and lots.
Thank you for not talking about my balls.
Not today.
The first update I'm here to talk about is mining and smithing.
Oh, are they doing a rework of that?
This isn't my first time at RuneFest talking about this update. In fact, the first time I was here at RuneFest talking about this update, I still had hair.
Good burn. Good
Hopefully this is my last time talking about it at RuneFest, though, because we are this close to being finished. Hopefully by now you've all had a chance to play the demo, which is just through there. If you haven't, then pop by and see us after the talk. We'll give you the tour.
Just give us a ticket over there.
If you don't get a chance, or if you're watching from home, then there will be a full feature-complete mining and smithing beta test in November. There'll be an open beta available to all members. Make sure you log on and try it out, because your feedback is really important to this project. This is by far the most player-influenced update we've ever made. Just this week, we've been improving drop tables based on feedback that they weren't good enough.
January, because they want to get out for
Christmas. I can also tell you the full release of the
TBD.
project is coming in
TBD.
January 2019. The first update of next year.
Well, them both.
Very nice. Very nice.
That gives us enough time to run the beta test, make sure everything's working, make any changes we need to based on the feedback that you give us. We want to make sure that we get it right. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll give you a quick overview of what this massive project involves. At the heart of the rework is this problem. Rune armor takes level 85 smithing to make, but only level 50 defense to wear. We're fixing that, and we're lowering the mining and smithing requirements to match the combat requirements. So Rune will require level 50 to mine, level 50 to smith, and level 50 to wear. Of course, that leaves the top half of the skill empty, so we've added in 4 new tiers of metal and armor to mine and smith and use. You can see the level 70 armor, Necronium, on the right, and the level 90 armor, Elder Rune, on the left. Some of you may also remember in an earlier version of this rework, because we've been doing this for a while now, that we made 3 other suits of armor called Necrite, Invictum, and Ethereum. Those will also be available as cosmetic overrides in the rework. So if you prefer them, you can wear those too. That's not all, though. The mining skill will still feel like mining, but we've made some substantial improvements to it. To start with, rocks don't deplete now. That means competition for rocks is gone. So rather than fearing and hating the sight of other players, maybe you can just all get together and mine and talk to each other and enjoy each other's company. It also means we love each other. It also means we can AFK mine now, but there are other mechanics to reward you for clicking more frequently and paying attention. You'll also be able to get the new ore box item, either by smithing it or trading for it. As long as it's been upgraded to the right tier, this box allows you to carry 100 of each type of ore, meaning you can make much longer mining runs before you need to bank. You may not even need to bank, though, because we're adding a special new metal bank, which can be accessed from any anvil or furnace. This bank stores up to 2 billion of each ore or bar, so that should save you some of your bank space.
So it's supposed to be 2.147
The smithing skill has
billion.
also been improved. The metal bank isn't just for mining. You can smelt and smith using bars straight out of it. You'll also be able to upgrade your smithed equipment. This uses additional bars and creates slightly better items within the same tier. Upgrading gives faster XP than basically creating items, so you can choose a smithing strategy which optimizes XP or optimizes making money or some balance of the two that suits you. We've also rebuilt the Artisan's Workshop, so it'll be the main hub for smithing. Smithing won't just be making tiered armor for leveling, though. At 99 smithing, you'll unlock the ability to make masterwork armor. This is tier 90 power armor, as good as Malevolent, made entirely through the mining and smithing skills. For DIYers and Iron Men, that means you get skilling access to top quality armor, but it's maybe not so useful if you're already geared up. But we've got you covered too, because you'll be able to take your tier 90 masterwork armor, combine it with PVM drops, and make a set of tier 92 trimmed masterwork armor.
Yes!
This power armor will be the best melee armor in the game, and as it requires input from skilling and PVM, you should share the wealth around a little bit. Unlike Malevolent armor, it degrades to broken, so it's more of a long-term investment. There's loads more I don't have time to mention, so please try the demo today, try the beta test in November, and join us for the full launch in January.
We'll have to see.
It's going to be
November.
awesome.
I think they might have done it. I think they might have solved the problem.
We'll see.
I knew it was worth putting that in. In the meantime, if you want to look at the full documentation, the whole thing is documented. The design is completely open. Follow that URL. If you want to give feedback, the best place is either on Discord in the mining.
We also need to
channels,
see how they go with their combat diversity they're talking about, and whether melee is going to be a practical way of high-end bossing.
Yeah.
The last update we're going to talk about is the last game update of the year, and of course that's the Christmas update. You heard earlier about the month-long extravaganza we're planning for Halloween, and we didn't think we needed something quite that intense over Christmas. What we did think we needed this year was another quest. So as with Broken Home a few years ago, instead of making a new temporary event, we're making a new permanent quest instead. Because it's a permanent quest, you could be playing it in the middle of summer, so it won't be strictly Christmas-themed, but it will be seasonal. There'll be snow and family and celebration, but there won't be Santa hats or reindeer. It's been 10 years since the quest Myths of the Whitelands launched, so to celebrate that incredible milestone, we're going back to the Land of Snow for our new quest, Violet is Blue. This is Violet. Violet is a Yeti, or at least she thinks she's a Yeti. Her parents, who actually are Yetis, found a tiny human baby lost in the snow, adopted her, and have been raising her ever since. The problem is Violet is 6 now, and she's insistent it's time to visit Yeti Town and meet all the other Yetis. This is where you come in. Her mum and dad don't know what humans are like, so they need your help in making her trip the most magical adventure it can be. It's a puzzle quest, but with a twist. You need to get Violet from A to B, but you can't just remove the obstacles in her path. You need to resolve every situation in a way that ensures her journey is one to remember. For example, if you come across a dangerous icy lake, your job isn't just to get Violet safely across it. You need to get her across in a way which is super awesome and fun, like hiding her in a barrel covered in lights and rolling it across the ice. This is a seasonal quest, so it will be a novice quest with no requirements, but there will be additional post-quest XP available for high-level players to make sure it's well worth your time. In addition to the permanent quest, we do want to make sure there's plenty of official Christmas stuff to do as well. So we'll be bringing back and tidying up some past content and giving it a new home at the Grand Exchange. The Giant Cracker is back. Everyone loves the Giant Cracker. And there'll be a few other skilling activities to play over the Christmas period. Those activities will give better XP if you've completed the quest, so make sure you get on it as soon as it's released. The Festive Aura will be available as always, giving you extra XP daily, and the Advent Calendar will be returning, so make sure you claim your free prize every day in December. Finally, Winter Weekends will be back. Minigames Gathering and Combat will be returning, with the addition of new content like Safe Cracking and Solak. We also have 3 brand new weekends featuring Deep Sea Fishing, Elite Dungeons, and the Player-Owned Farm. As you can see, Christmas is going to be paruppa-pum-pumping. Now I'll hand you back to Mod Mark.
Oh, corny.
Thanks, chaps. So, Mod Jack, just to confirm there, in the mining and smithing stuff you talked about, if I had some masterwork armor, I could give it to you and you could trim it for me?
I'll trim it, yeah. Meet me behind there, and I'll trim your armor.
Trim my armor?
Yeah, just over the line.
You're saying that you could trim my armor?
5 mil.
Sounds like a scam to me. Well, let's just have a quick recap of everything that we've talked about. Now, these are the updates that we've spoken about, all due for launch between now and February 2019. As I said earlier, this session only talks about the things that we're 100% certain about. Now, of course, there is plenty more planned, including a massive update in development happening right now. But that is far too early to talk about. But when we have more concrete information, you will know about it. Now, for the eagle-eyed amongst you, you've probably noticed our final announcement today. The official RuneScape mobile beta starts next week on the 8th
Monday.
of October.
Wow, I said November. They're doing it on Monday. That is awesome.
I said it had to be by the end of the month.
Oh, that means
It's
not on
limited
Apple.
access.
I said it wouldn't be on
So you
Apple.
need to get in there quick, and we
Not
will
this
announce
month.
it on the RuneScape homepage the second that it launches on the Google Play Store. Now, there's no sign-up for this. It's first come, first served, so get your Android devices ready on that day to log in and play. But for all of those of you in the building, all of those of you that have bought RuneFest tickets, you are
As long as you're
guaranteed
not
entry.
Shane and have it on.
Yeah.
The ones who aren't clapping all have iPhones.
Yeah.
Well, those boys are very surprised about that because literally we have managed to sort that out today because we know how special you guys are. As you know, the feedback from the players is the lifeblood of everything that we do. So we really want to know what you think. So for those of you that are here, those of you that have bought RuneFest tickets, do keep your eyes out in your inbox for an invite. So this, of course, is your chance to play the game you know and love wherever you want. We've seen Talos defeated several times on the mobile devices, so really, anything is possible.
I can finally
anywhere.
go outside Monday.
And that's it. Thanks very much for listening. I hope there's something in there for everyone. Look out for more information on the juicy updates in the future that didn't make the presentation. But for now,
Samsung.
Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you later at the party.
Some say
Wow,
Firestarter,
Monday.
Some say heater.
After 17 years, it is finally time for me to step outside now that I have RuneScape tethered to me.
Oh, you got an Android phone, haven't you?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
That was an interesting RuneFest. Good is it was good. It was overall good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they didn't give a whole lot of announcements because we know from
Welcome
previous
back,
times
everyone.
where
We are
things don't
joined
come
back
out,
at
they
the
get
couch after that
crucified
exciting
on them.
reveal for RuneScape 3.
We got Mod
You
B
know
on the couch here
everyone
for a
that I would
second.
kick
Hang on.
Mod Wolf off if he didn't respond to my PMs. Finally, I got him out of here just for this segment. So I am hosting right now, and I'm joined by, of course, Mod Mohawk and Mod Raven, and by Mod Orion. So that is to the left of me right there, and he is one of the, or main creator of ED3, which everyone is very excited about, me included. So I'll pass it over to you. Tell us some things about ED3. Tell us anything you're excited about.
Yeah, thank you, Lee. So Elite Dungeon 3, which we're going with the name of the Shadow Reef, because
It's a really cool
we
name.
didn't really want to go with Olfden Kriaf. You know, it's a bit kind of, how do you pronounce this thing?
A little complicated, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Dragonkin language, not the
Sarayu,
best
right?
name for it. Sorry?
Kind of like Sarayu.
Yeah, Sarayu. I mean, RuneScape doesn't have a history of really pronounceable names.
Oh, you mean like Ardoin?
Oh, Paul Nivnich.
Priftiness.
I mean, that's all right if you're Welsh, right? Essentially what we're doing is in the Shadow Reef, we're taking you to the culmination of the Cranon, the Sarayu, the He Who Shall Not Be Named story. And kind of finalizing it all with the Ambassador, which you've seen before. You've seen the concept art. You've now seen the model in ZBrush, which looks amazing. Thank you, Mod
Something
JT.
that all the players really wanted in. When they saw the Ambassador tease, they were jumping in on it. We want the Ambassador, and now it's here.
Absolutely. And the whole point is, can we do something similar with the dungeon system we've created to finish this incredible narrative and combat kind of coming together as core gameplay goes as a game experience. And there are a lot of questions raised from Dragonkin Laboratory. There are a lot of questions raised from Temple of Amanishi. You will find the majority of them answered in the Shadow Reef. And yeah, one of the main things that we want to do is obviously make it rewarding. We've learned a lot from Temple of Amanishi. We've learned a lot from Dragonkin Laboratory. And we want to make sure that not only can you delve in there as kind of pro PVM players and reap millions of gold per hour in rewards.
I hope so.
But also, with the upcoming changes to story mode as well, which we're nerfing, we're going to make it easier for everybody to come and experience the narrative side of things and the little extra things that we added. There's a door in Amanishi that goes somewhere. Where does it go? There's a sigil of Seru on the floor. What does that do? You'll find some of these things out actually as part of the Elite Dungeon 3 Shadow Reef update as well. So we will be going back to some of the dungeons and maybe exploring them further as well.
Very cool. And speaking of sigils, we have over here joining us on the couch is Mod Timbo because of the alchemical onyx.
Hello, my
Showed off
friend.
A little bit of sigil work.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the couch.
Hey, thank you.
Get comfortable. You okay? You good?
Oh, it's much better than the main stage.
Yeah, I'm sure. Looking onto that stage of 2,000 people.
Timbo
out there
and Raven
giving
are
speeches
brothers,
is
aren't
not
they?
an easy task.
Yeah,
so
it certainly
good
wasn't.
job. You did a great job. So
thank you.
Anyways, welcome. Are you excited about anything that you were talking about more than anything else?
I am so excited about chemical onyx.
I think a lot of players are.
You would not believe how many people say stuff to me.
I'm sure.
I would.
About how
Where is
chemical
it?
onyx. Where is it? When is it coming? What's coming out?
What's your favorite reward of it?
Oh boy.
Out of the 3 you named, of course.
Wow. Grace of the Air is probably my favorite. I like that you can get. I like that you can get Hazemir as well. What's getting now?
And Hazemir Signet would help a lot in ED3 because better luck.
Oh, yes. Rare drop table rolls on everything.
Everything.
On everything. Is there any other thing or any juicy secret that maybe players don't know, like players like myself, very interested to dive into ED3? Is there anything you can give us ahead of time?
Yeah, I mean, we're actually doing what we call design sprints now for a lot of the boss mechanics and a lot of the rewards. We came up with a really cool idea with the ambassador. One of his mechanics involves like a triforce of laser beams as he spins around and tries to disintegrate you.
Except they're not like power, courage, and wisdom.
Yeah, no,
Or
they're
like death,
hate,
destruction,
cruelty,
pestilence.
and yeah, that's it. Oh. No,
we just figured it out.
Oh,
War?
we can't use death and pestilence, yeah, I guess. For the riders.
Go. One of the awesome things in the ambassador fight as well is that a character that you've met before comes and assists you at some point in the fight. So that's one of the awesome bits.
That's cool.
We did want to mention that if you've completed the likes of Heroes Welcome and Pieces of Hate, you will gain additional dialogue, a little bit of additional story in the dungeons.
Oh, that's cool.
And that will be with the update.
I'm sure all the lore hounds and everything will be very excited about the extra dialogue, and that'll be very
all the things.
All the things, some of which we will not reveal.
And you've had a little take in ED3 as well, right?
I'm one of the people working on it now,
right. So is there anything you're specifically excited about?
I mean, the story, the narrative, all the lore. I mean, with all the boss fights in design, I'm mostly sat in a corner going, sorry.
I love your stories.
It's great because these guys are kind of letting me, which is brilliant.
Which is great. Yeah, if they let you run wild with that, you take it and you run and you make it as mad as possible.
Yeah. So there's some good story to tell in that, and there's some. I'm trying to work where to stop, but yeah, there's some good story to tell in that. I'll just
So you're
stop there.
encouraging people to do story mode and run through it all.
Well, just to play it. The story will be available in all the modes, but yeah. Play it and play all the previous dungeons as well, because we're going to have.
Of course.
So not all the lore will be available unless you've done the previous ones.
Right, and you've got to start at 1 to go to 2 to 3. I did an ED2 stream one time, and I was like, okay, I'll take people who have never done it before. And then I realized you needed ED1, and like 3 people didn't have it. I was like, oh, well, we can't do this.
Yeah, that's right.
So
one of the things obviously we're doing is we're making story mode a lot easier.
Okay.
I watched a great podcast actually of one of our disabled players, and he was absolutely dying to get into Temple Amanishi and do it, but struggling. And I was like, well, there's no reason to not let this person play, right? Story mode doesn't need to be as difficult as it is when all you really want to do is the story.
Right.
So let's just nerf it to the ground.
That's really awesome news. A lot of people wanted to do the story mode, but maybe found it a little too difficult. So that's awesome. That's great news. That's good. So as far as ED3 goes, rewards, can you give a little bit? And also on the balancing side of things, how do you structure that?
We're not telling you anything.
No idea.
We're not going to tell you anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
just fishing.
strange for you.
I'm over here just fishing for answers.
Just look at ED2 for the sorts of rewards that we can do.
Okay.
And they'll probably be better.
Me personally, as a player, I've loved ED1. I loved ED2. I think I like ED2 a little bit more than ED1 as terms of there's not too many things that can really destroy you mentally like ED1 can. So is ED3 going to be, what do you think, as challenging as ED1?
There will be a slight rebalance across the board as part of the entire project.
Okay.
And that may mean the likes of, this is purely speculation from myself and my weird brain right now, nerfing the HP on the black crystals on Seiryu slightly to bring it down to the level of difficulty that we originally planned it to be. And not necessarily difficulty, but also the time consumption also. I would expect ED3 to be slightly harder.
Okay.
And we
As
are...
a finale, I would hope so.
Something like that. I mean, not necessarily boss 1 and 2 in the dungeon, but the ambassador should be a challenge.
Okay.
But it will be rewarding appropriately rewarding.
Okay.
If so. So we're toying with things like hard modes and ambassador-only fights where you just go and instance the ambassador.
Without the other
But they are absolutely not confirmed, and they are something that I would love to do personally as a developer. So I'm going to look at that. We're going to see if we can find time for that.
And you worked on ED1 and ED2 as well. Those are your brainchilds, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one thing that the high-level forum community wanted me to ask you is if it's possible to make the jump animation to the final boss of Seiryu a little bit less time. Maybe.
This is absolutely possible.
Right.
We had a really nice animation, so we put a player delay on
really
it.
nice. When I did it for the first time, I
Yeah.
was like, this is amazing. This is a
Yeah.
great animation.
As a
But
mechanic,
after the second time, the
Yeah.
10th time, the 20th time.
it's tedious.
Right.
I completely understand that. And I think it's always gameplay over graphics, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So the solution for that is to simply make the player just kind of teleport to the other side. And I'm absolutely happy if you guys are happy.
And I think they would be. I think they would be. Absolutely.
I'd easily change that, no problem.
We can put the animation back in like the first time we do it in story mode. It's fine.
Oh yeah, we'll
that'd be
we'll
great.
do a dramatic cutscene in story mode.
It's this big leap of faith over. You got this big Baywatch effect. It's all slow-mo.
Yes.
Now, do you have any questions for Orion as well about ED3?
Probably. How about,
Go on.
what is your favorite? Oh, you probably can't answer, can you? I was gonna say, what are you most proud of with ED3? And if you can't tell us that, then what are you most proud of from all of the Elite Dungeons?
Oh.
I really enjoyed the fact that we designed some of the bosses in such a rapid, iterative manner. So Astalan, for example, is something we're particularly proud of. All 4 of the mechanics are synergistic in some form. So one won't work without the other. If you don't do that correctly, it will mess you up on this thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to make sure that we do something similar with the upcoming 3 bosses. Ambassador in particular, maybe an extra 50% more mechanically complicated than the other bosses. So we'll come up with something really cool.
Wow, very nice. I mean, I think that the Ambassador is something that everyone's really looked forward to.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a very epic fight, especially everything you've told me on and off camera, that I think it's going to be an incredible boss fight, an incredible journey.
I mean, did you see him on stage? I was terrified.
You actually ran
Giant
away.
flowing prawn.
You've just ruined it all. It's not scary no more.
Is it okay if I quickly interject? We had some questions in the chat recently.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We saw some mentions of bank rework and kind of loyalty and aura rework.
A lot of updates people are looking forward to.
And Group Ironman. And I figured, like, why not take the time now to address these and kind of nail that down. Bank rework. We are currently investigating the technical methods of giving you guys placeholders as soon as possible, because we won't be able to. We don't want to delay that any further than we actually need to. So the bank rework is very much dependent on the mobile release, so that's taking up the majority of our engine time at the moment.
Okay.
And it's full steam ahead, believe me. I've never seen this much work coming from the engine team, as you can probably imagine right now. And so the bank rework hinges on mobile, so that's soon after, but we're trying to get placeholders to you ASAP.
Awesome.
The loyalty rework, something that's like been a big topic recently. We have a plan, we have a design, and it's in motion. So what we want, the next step is coming very soon, and that will be to get player feedback, and that means you guys need to tell us what you think of it. I can guarantee that you're going to be pleased, so watch this space.
I am sure that everyone's excited for that. I personally am excited for all those updates, which is perfect timing, because soon, within about 10 seconds, we are going to be going to the old school RuneScape reveals on the main stage. I believe we're going to do a roving reporter if we have that technology right now, but get hyped, because now it is time for the old school RuneScape reveals.
And
it's going to be great.
Anyone watching,
that's our cue to do our little wrap-up segment here. So we'll go through kind of our retrospective here and then do a quick wrap-up segment, and that'll be that. And then, of course, that'll go into our normal little wrap-up things here. So I'll start it off, and then we'll hand it to Pern, then we'll hand it to Arman, who I'm very impressed with. Made it all the way to the end. Super cool.
Very good.
Yeah.
Especially the time it is over there.
Seriously, yeah, that's
I pick on him a lot, but kudos for staying up
it's really
this late.
impressive. obviously this RuneFest was an experiment, much larger building. You know, they went with a pretty big budget, I would say. They did a lot of stuff differently. It didn't go off without a hitch. There were minor technical issues in the middle. It didn't really upset much, I would say. I've seen RuneFests go a lot worse. So I think overall, technically, it went pretty well with only minor hiccups. Thank you for the follow on the Real Oreo. Appreciate that. So technically, I think it was overall pretty impressive. The fact that they had the guidebook app and everything for their people, I think that's really nice. That's really impressive, professional. That's, you know, on the level of like PAX and something like that, you know. So they're really getting up there as far as being a professional convention, really kind of stepping it up to be on par with the larger conventions and whatnot. Their broadcasting technology has gotten really good. Their stream didn't really buffer at all or anything. Very professional looking. You know, it really held together. As far as the content goes, a little light, of course. You know, they have stepped back from the fantastical, you know, here's all this amazing stuff we could do, which of course is very...
Church of you?
Yeah. Definitely the right track to go on. You know, a lot of people... I saw in chat over the hours that we've been live, wondering kind of where that went, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, it's probably for the best. Although at the same time, I miss it because I'm like, yeah, imagination. At the same time, I'm like, yeah, but we never get to see any of that shit. So, you know, I looked forward to the winter reveals the entire time. Thank you for the follow, Spell Pierce. Really appreciate that as well. Yeah. So, I mean, it was nice to see the winter reveal. The only really thing I cared about was seeing open beta for mobile. If we walked away from RuneFest without hearing that, I was going to be really upset. So my main issue got taken care of, so I'm happy. The fact that we saw 2 quests also made me really happy. The fact that we saw the quest that I really wanted to see, the type the word in to make your story thing, really made me happy as well, because I thought that quest got scrapped. So a lot of the things that I thought we were never going to see actually resurfaced, and my major point got hit, so I'm mostly happy. I'll pass it to you, Pern.
Yep. Again, yeah, I mean, you know, it was probably light on compared to previous years, but as I said, people are sitting there screaming, saying, you're not giving us enough, you're not telling us enough, but then they're the same people who'll sit there and scream and say, why didn't this come out? You know, you told us this and such. So I appreciate more knowing these are definites because I can get excited about it. I mean, we all remember sort of the Armadillo quest on Abanar, which, you know, got voted for so many times, and it's basically become the new sailing joke. You know, it'll never come into the game.
Yeah.
You know, the 2 quests look really good. You know, one really intense, you know, epic story type quest, and one nice light Christmas quest. And as I said before, you know, I like the idea of them because of what goes into quests nowadays. You know, with the assets and such for obviously RS3 with the high quality of everything, that they are going to be permanent quests. Really love that idea.
Me too.
Halloween. I mean, you know, I've heard nothing at all about Halloween, and I was really, you know, we're not going to really see a great Halloween from what we looked at there, and the fact that it's going to be 4 weeks. I think Ara Man said earlier, it's like the world event without calling it a world event.
Right. Yeah.
That looked really good as well. So really love that type of concept.
I appreciate the Ara Man basically making me sound right, even though I'm wrong. So thank you, Arman.
he's good at that.
Yeah.
The lore and sort of quest Q&A was basically exactly the same as a lot of the stuff that we talked about in the winter reveal. So, you know, I would have preferred to see a little bit more on that side of things. But overall, you know, a good solid 8 out of 10, this one here.
Yeah.
You know, the alchemical onyx items, not the human one, but the elven one, and I can't remember what the second one was called. But anyway, the 2 sort of skilling type ones and the compactor one are really, really good. So, you know, I'm happy with what's coming out, and, you know, the one thing about RuneFest, so it's always been sort of telling us about what's happening over the next 12 months. They've really only told us what's happening over the next 3 months here. There's no sort of long-term plans about, hey, this is what we're looking at. I mean, last year, as we said, they promised us minimum of 6 quests this year. We only got 4. And I can sort of, I can understand things come up and such, but I probably would have preferred to... I know they had to cut back a little bit, but I would have preferred to see them give us probably just a little bit more information without going to that sort of extremes of 2014, 2015 when we're talking about Churches of You and Abanar quests and all that type of stuff.
I miss the Church of You. It's the little narcissist inside me just...
And yeah, man, your turn.
Yeah, I think we have to start with the fact that they told us that they purposely made this announcement. They were trying to make it like, this is stuff that's definitely going to come out. So they weren't giving us any BS. So, we didn't get as many crazy announcements as we would get in the past, where it would be like this all over our face. You know what I mean? So we got a certain amount of things. We got a timeline. And I've got to go back to the achievements. Those 100 achievements that are going to come.
Oh, yes.
Heck yeah.
I think,
what about that?
Say, it doesn't seem like much. Like, they spent about, maybe it was 5-10 minutes talking about 3 of the achievements and how amazing those things sounded. And we've got 100 of those coming in November. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but I really think that's the new high scores. That is the new way that players are going to be top of the game in this game. So I'm actually really that's my most hyped part of the entire announcement, I must say.
I'm so happy that the rune score system has been implemented into the web. I asked the owner of maxcape.com, by the way, fantastic website, if they could implement a rune score feature, and they brought up a pretty basic idea that you can just kind of do that in a spreadsheet. And I was like, yeah, but your website's pretty.
That's it.
So we could just do that in a spreadsheet. Yeah, that's basically what I got told. We can just do that in a spreadsheet. Anyway, we could just do that in a spreadsheet, Burn, if we wanted to run a competition. But yeah,
I mean, we could, but I mean, I like to just go to a website and that's just all
right. I guess we'll have to talk to the owner of RuneClan.com instead, right? Anyway, and anyone else have anything else that they wanted to mention in regards to what we've heard today?
No, that's pretty much it for me.
All right, I will go.
Actually, also the Tainted Shard is
Yeah.
tied to Halloween. So
Yes, indeed. Rub it in.
I
Darren.
was hoping it was going to be for a quest. I think it was you who said it was going to be for
a world event
for Halloween. Oh no, you said who said it was going to be for the Halloween then?
I don't know.
Oh, thieves in chat said it was going to be for.
There you go. Yep.
So thieves.
It's always thieves. He's always right.
But yeah, no one.
It's technically Halloween, but let's be honest, Halloween is one day of the month. This is a month-long event, so is it really for Halloween?
But a world event, a world event.
This is a world event.
A world event generally
Halloween
spans at least 2 months to 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think they did
I feel
6 weeks last time.
They really,
Yeah, they truncated the last world event because it was so bad.
Exactly. That's fine. That's why I say this is World Event 4. They will never put that.
Hang on, wasn't Marimbo versus the Cabbage?
This is World Event 5. they will never number with 5's.
Stand by.
That's it. But yeah, speaking of which as well, I will get out if anyone is interested. Don't forget the Moira backstory, Moira Origins. I'll be recording it later today and get it out to Mage, so that'll be up on the podcast either late Sunday or early Monday for everyone.
We are rating the main channel in a second. Stand by. If you're interested in old school, stand by. We are about to raid the main channel as I just read my outro here. So if you're interested in old school, bear with me. I am just going to do my little outro cap that I do at the end of all my streams, and then we will be raiding Jagex. You can go ahead and get yourself there ahead of it by just going over to the channel. Jagex, that's where they are streaming. Jagex again, Jagex. But in the meantime, if you want to find more RuneScape Weekly, that's myself, Parnassius, the RR Man, and many else who work under that umbrella name, you can find us right here. MageBit.tv is our Twitch channel. We're also available on YouTube. RuneScape.video is the short link there. You can also find us, our podcast archive is runescape.today, or any podcast archive such as iTunes, Stitcher, any of those, Podbean. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/rsweekly, Twitter as well, @rsweekly. You can help us out on Patreon if you'd like to, patreon.com/RuneScape. You can find us in-game, Kill, Skill, and Chill, or you can find us on Discord as well if you open up your web browser and type in runescape.chat. Thank you very much for tuning in to us while we went through all of the RuneScape 3 RuneFest enjoy stuff. It was a fun time, wasn't it? You enjoy it, Pern?
I did, yeah. It was really, really awesome.
Thank you for the
fun.
follow,
So
Supercrack, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I said, I'm pretty excited about just about everything that they spoke about. I wasn't really disappointed by anything. Everything they've brought out is, sounds, well thought out and well planned and such. So, really looking forward to it all.
Also to you and Just Dolphin as well. Yes, go ahead, Armin.
It just goes to show when you don't overhype stuff, you can still have general hype, and it can make an excellent day.
Yeah. You as well, Pancake is my nickname. I appreciate that. We've been doing this podcast for 9 years. 2019 will be our 10th year, so we're celebrating a big milestone next year. So really appreciate all of this support coming on board, and thank you for sticking around. And as always, happy scaping. And we'll be rating Jagex right now, so stand by, sit in your seat, and get ready. If I remember how to raid correctly, that is. Can I raid from the... Can I raid directly from the window here? It's just, You cannot raid this channel? Why can I not raid this channel?
Because I got too many people on already?
Maybe? What? Raid Jagex? You cannot raid this channel. That is so strange. All right, well, then I will have to just host them, and I will do the other... I will https://www.twitch.tv/Jagex. Copy. Make sure that link works, because it didn't work last time. Okay. Paste, paste, paste. Okay. And I'm going to go offline and then host Jagex. So there's the link for you. Hopefully that works out. I am so sorry if it doesn't. I love you all. I will host them. Happy scaping.